This is the Old 77 Podcast.
You want to rock with that one?
Yeah.
All right, well then, hi.
Hi,
I was
everybody.
gonna say, mine is fucking well.
Welcome to the Old 77
It's a safe place.
in an unsafe world.
World.
Gents,
World.
tonight we have special guest on show.
It's a foursome.
It is. We're back
It
to
is a
four
foursome
tonight.
Tonight, it's
Yeah.
a four-man scramble.
We have our guy Kaleb on the show, man.
Welcome to the show, Caleb.
Dude.
Thank you for
Good to have you on the show, brother.
Yes, yes, yes.
Caleb.
Grab
for,
that mic. Get up close there, brother.
For those of you that don't know,
There you go.
Caleb is my favorite now former Budtender.
Not my favorite Budtender ever.
Yeah.
I swear to God, anything this guy said was like, I really like this. I'm like, done.
Yep.
Oh my
About it.
God, this stuff is great.
Give me a pallet.
Yeah,
I got a pretty good track record.
yeah, man.
Yeah, you do have a good
Great
track
track
man.
record.
Absolutely. Caleb recently left the dispensary that he was working at, but he was always my guy that I went to because you guys
Hell
know
yeah.
I love the concentrates. Caleb loves the concentrates too.
Yeah. Caleb got me on the concentrates too.
Yeah, and I was pretty new to concentrates, like when Missouri, passed medical and everything.
I think everybody is.
I
bro.
really had been a flower guy, for my whole life because that was all you could fucking find,
Right.
But yeah, I made the switch over to concentrates. Bought me a seahorse.
Yep.
Love my little seahorse.
So I try to get everybody on, man.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference.
Absolutely.
That seahorse is nice.
Yeah, and you don't have to use the little tool and get your fingers and all your shit sticky. You just, like that was my least favorite thing about like other forms of taking concentrates was everything gets sticky and
Yeah.
fucking nasty.
I remember heating the nail up back in the day.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I don't even,
like
I don't
a
even
crackhead.
have like the glass rig. I'm assuming because you're a pro. I'm assuming you've got like some pretty nice glass rigs and shit
I got
at
a
your
few.
house. Yeah.
I got a few. I mean, I'm not real big on it just because it's so easy to with the seahorse.
So
man, it's
so
just-
so there's no like is there any like real advantage to using the big fancy glass rigs as opposed to using something like the seahorse?
Oh yeah, I mean, with, all the percolators and everything on it.
Yeah.
it'll cool that smoke down. You get a
Yeah.
lot smoother
filter.
hits.
Yeah, okay, that
but
makes sense.
At the end of the day, it's still preference.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I made the switch though, because I was doing like I had the pin, and you'd have to unscrew it and take your tool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
da 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 da,
Yeah.
and that was cool and it worked. But like, I'm never going back now that I've got the seahorse, man. The people at 60s got me onto that, and I'm glad
Yep.
I made the switch. I'm never going back.
There's just another one called the dragon egg.
Dragon egg. Never heard of the
Dragon
dragon
egg.
egg.
Yeah,
No.
it's like it's a water bong attachment
Alright.
essentially. But it's like $100. I've been wanting to get one, but
Now is this separate from the seahorse? This is a whole different deal.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Dragon. I'm gonna write that.
I was
down.
gonna,
Yeah.
Google that, Dave.
Putting that
Let's
in the
look at
favorites.
it.
Absolutely.
Pull it up on this little
Yeah, we can
monitor.
pull that up.
We
over
probably
here.
could. The internet's a little slow.
See, we
in
get
here
to we
sometimes.
get to
But yeah.
do all this cool stuff that we didn't do ahead of time.
all this technology.
Working
bro.
it all out on the air.
Yeah.
So Caleb,
On the fly.
Are you purely a concentrates guy at this point? Do you fuck around with flour, edibles, like what?
Dude, when I gotta take like 1,000 milligrams.
Sames.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Edibles
500
don't work.
minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, edibles aren't working for me either.
I mean, if you eat something fatty with it, it'll
Then-
help.
Yeah, that's what I found that out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of like the chocolate bars, they're real popular because
Because they kick
you
in.
got that extra fatness with it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
good.
I get that
Yeah.
now. All
okay,
right.
When I obviously when I was there, I used to get the strawberries and cream Zen bars.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys ever have one of those?
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
that Zen,
No.
that brand that's tasty.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever had those. But I'm
it's
not an
good.
edible guy. Like my wife, she loves edibles. Like basically every night she'll take like between like 10 and 25 milligrams depending on the night, and she loves it, man. It chills her out,
Helps her sleep.
helps her sleep.
I wish
like,
I could.
I wish I
pocket
could
would
too.
love that too.
I
Yeah.
wish I could too.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So these guys already know this story, but I'll share it with you, Caleb. The last time I took an edible, well, not the last time, but one of the more recent times I took an edible, I bought one of those mega pearls, those
Oh, yeah.
100
Yep.
milligram mega pearls, because I knew 10 wasn't going to do it for me. So I took the mega pearl that night. Didn't feel shit. Didn't notice a damn thing. Maybe just a little bit, but so that didn't surprise me. I woke up the next morning, stoned out of my gourd, dude. I used to work with this guy, and the place that we work at, I've worked there for 9 years, okay? And that particular day on my way into work, I took the fucking Dix Road exit, which is like 3 miles away from the exit that I should have taken. And then I just laughed my ass off on the off-ramp and got back on the highway, and it was fine. But I showed up to work that day. And
Yeah, I remember that day. The best part about that day is I had just done like 3 or 4 seahorse pulls and came in, so I was high as fuck balls too.
Yeah, our other teammate
And there was another teammate. He was like, "Dude, I took this. I don't know what it was. It was like one of those 1,000 milligram ones, like a night ago or something." He's like, "I took a half of it. I took another half the other night, and I woke up and I'm still stoned."
Yeah.
So it was like our whole team was fried.
Nice.
Yeah.
Everyone.
That's where we were. Dude, if they piss test at the place that I
There wouldn't
work
be
at,
anybody working there.
they'd have to fire the whole
Yeah,
crew.
there wouldn't be
Dude,
anybody there.
That's like half of the places around. I mean, half the places anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I feel like that's. I mean, why even piss test? You know, not
I mean,
now.
for,
And-
for
and-
weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I mean,
you still got those like,
but you're
hardcore
gonna-
people that are just like,
Yes.
it's still bad.
Yeah.
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 I actually just saw a post on Reddit the other day that this chick was like asking Reddit for help, whatever. Excuse me. She was like, blah blah blah. My husband got hurt on a completely different incident, and then went to work and couldn't work because of his injury or whatever. And he worked at a farm, a cultivator's farm.
Yeah.
And supposedly they made him go home because he could not come to work until he got a drug test.
Oh Jesus.
At a
Hold up.
cultivator farm.
Right?
Wait
What?
a second.
Right?
Yeah, that doesn't add up.
And
man.
so she was like asking for help for anybody that ever come across the same situation. But it's
No.
like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna? Obviously, there's worse things you could do, but like,
yeah, that makes
why are
no
you gonna
sense.
drug test at a farm?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think's going to happen? I think at this point, for a lot of employers, it's like a convenient way to fire somebody that you want to fire.
could
It's
be.
it's a good out.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
I've talked to people that, are higher ups in companies, and they've told me that, like, really, it's just a way for us to get rid of people. Maybe they've
Yeah.
worked there. Maybe they've worked there a little too long, and they're drawing too many benefits, or they're getting paid too
Well,
much.
your workman's comp.
Pop 'em
like
with
you
a
said.
piss test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get hurt immediately,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
like
Right.
place I work, yeah. If you get hurt, immediately
Well,
get a drug.
and if you have a CDL or anything too, like something that's required by national, it's still
yeah, all you
illegal.
stoners, I'm the only good one here who doesn't.
I know, right?
One of us has to be a professional
One of
driver.
us has to
That's
keep
me.
this fucking show together.
Hey man, but we're all like, we're card carriers, so it's okay.
Yeah, we're protected.
You know,
bro.
we're protected, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so Caleb, that was
Yeah, I'm
that was
here.
one of the
Yeah.
things that I mentioned that I wanted to talk to you about tonight. We've talked about this previously a few months ago when recreational first kind of became a thing in Missouri, but you still think it's worthwhile for somebody like me or somebody like Scott to hold on to that medical card?
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me why you believe that.
I mean, so a lot of dispos do it differently as far as what they're gonna honor as far as med cards, like if it's a med menu compared to rec,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you only gotta do it once every 3 years now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
yeah.
For like $50, I saw one online for $50 now,
Yeah.
plus your 25 to the state. So I mean,
Yeah.
even with that alone, but I know at Shangri-La, like we were calling. I mean, I made that move when we made the move to rec. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're gonna call med cards first because
The OG.
so many
Absolutely.
people were getting
Yeah.
mad because it'd sit there for
Yeah.
30 minutes, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's the point of having a med card then?
All
So
these
like a lot of people
closeted
started doing
stoners
that.
coming out now.
I felt that way a little bit at first.
Oh, definitely during rec. When rec became that first week, there was I stood in line with
couldn't
a
get on the
homeless
boulevard.
dude. There was a homeless dude, me, and then like a state legislator's dude running around for him. Like, come on, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yep.
I pretty much
That's where my
stayed-
tax dollars go.
Yeah.
And then a dude who had probably just gotten out of the military, still in the military style and cut,
Yeah.
but just ready to let go. You know,
Yeah.
and he's just
I did
happier
my
than
6
shit the
years.
whole time.
I'm out.
Good, man. He's
Exactly.
earned
Yeah.
it.
You
He's
know,
earned it.
exactly.
He should be able to do that, man.
And I've heard that a lot of the veterans aren't getting this money that Missouri said they were going to get.
Oh, I'd heard
so
that
that's
too.
Probably
one
not.
causing an issue.
Yeah.
with all
like,
the
where's
vets.
all this money going? You know?
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
Oh,
get it.
Jesus.
there's so
Uptown
many.
to their fucking little rooms that they stay in
Yes.
to hash things out overnight with people.
Yeah.
Well, it got so bad that I
fuck
heard that the
centers.
cops downtown weren't going to write like parking tickets. You know, they
Oh,
were
yeah.
just going to let that go for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
just
For a
that,
select amount of time.
Right.
that is just to appease the legislators
course.
while
Yes.
shit is in session. So my wife was in on that meeting.
Yeah.
And people got super heated about
Oh,
that
I'm sure they
at the
did.
city council meeting about them dropping the parking ticket fees or whatever while Congress was in session.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they did.
Yeah, they're just trying to give their it's the old buddy system. You know what I mean?
But you know what? When it
Scratch my
boils
back, I'll
down,
scratch
exactly.
yours.
When it boils down to it, that's everywhere, man.
true
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Everywhere.
life's not fair, man. I try to tell my boys that every day. I
Is that why you punch one of them?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Life's not fair. Boom.
but I punch Jack today, and tomorrow I'll punch Clay. So it is fair. Actually.
It evens out.
Yeah, it all evens out in the end. No,
Life's
I mean,
not fair, son.
that's like, dude, that's like the number one thing that I hear my kids say when they're crying or they're mad at each other is that it's not fair. I'm like, son, you're gonna have a very long and difficult life if you cry every time.
That's
some
the only
shit
way
that's
it
not
is
happens
fair.
to you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only. And you've told me that, but Scott,
That's the only
before,
way
Scott.
it is fair. Is if it's unfair for
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of us.
it's
That's why I
unfair.
already implement the dad tax.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
go and I pull French fries off.
Yeah.
fuck
Hell
dad
yes.
tax. It's bullshit.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Kids get a burger, bite gone.
Yeah, we definitely
Dad,
should
what
be
the fuck's
entitled
this?
to that.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
dad tax.
Don't worry about that, son. That's,
Yeah.
that's a good slushy.
Yeah.
So do you believe in aliens?
Oh,
Oh, absolutely.
Damn, we're hitting it.
Absolutely.
I've got that on the list, Biscuit.
All
You're
you
getting
fucking, all you fucking stoners are
getting
the
ahead
same.
of myself, man.
Oh,
Getting ahead of
yes.
myself. Well, before we
We
get
don't
to
have
aliens,
to go
I want to let's
down
save
the
aliens.
line,
Let's save aliens for
Mom.
later.
Okay, okay.
Let's get weird, like in the
Oh,
second.
that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dave wants to get
I want
weird.
to talk about weed some more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because this is probably like Dave's favorite episode right now.
So far, so good.
Oh, Dave is fully erect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Caleb,
Shoot, that's why his legs are
did I
crossed
get an
over.
answer from you? Like, do you like flower too? Are you a flower guy? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, I'll smoke a joint every night or.
Do you have a favorite
load my ball.
brand of flower? I know you said you like first class
That-
funk as far as the strain goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not had a bad batch of that yet.
Yeah,
I
okay,
mean,
all right.
between
Right.
cartridges or concentrate.
Do you have a
that's-
favorite brand for flower? What are the good ones? Like, what would you put like on the Mount Rushmore so far?
Man, well, I mean, there's a lot of this. Like, there's so many different ones. Like, especially even where I was at. Like, compared from us to even up to Columbia.
Yeah.
There's so many different ones. Like we didn't have. There's no cookies down here. with
Yeah, I
that
noticed
brand.
that.
I've never had that.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
so many people talking about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like my go-to is definitely C4. I mean, I have not had a bad batch
That's a
of
good
that either.
pre-workout.
Yeah. C4.
Except, well, I take that
It
back.
is.
There's one that I didn't really care for, which
Yeah.
is the orange cookie Kim.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like that.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's weird, man, because like I brought some of this 19th or the Hermit's. It's the same thing, right? 1913 and Hermit's
Yep.
Delight. It's
Yep.
the same brand. This stuff, as far as flour goes, is pretty fucking cheap. But like quality wise, like this shit is usually like up to par with some of the more expensive shit that you can find.
Yeah, it's solid. What I always like to how I would describe it to people, right? So
Yeah.
I would have one of those and one of these. I'd be like, that's the stuff that you take to the campfire.
Yeah.
This is the stuff you leave in your tent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
good
'Cause,
shit.
I mean,
all right.
that stuff.
I
still-
like
it's
that.
still
I like
solid.
that. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, damn.
But I mean, it's just like that's the stuff that you share because what a quarter for
I think I paid
$55
I think
$60.
I paid 60.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're so used to shit that's been stomped on, and I got it from Jim down the road, and who fucking knows what it is?
Yeah.
It might be
Is that
oregano.
right.
Caleb, are you old enough to remember like cheap, shitty Mexican brick
Oh,
weed?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
absolutely.
All
I don't
right.
care
He's
how
30
old.
he's- yeah, he's
I don't care
31.
how old
Come
you
on.
are, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers cheap nerd.
Well, I don't know,
old
like-
Reggie.
I don't know.
At
how
least
long
if they
you-
smoked back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know how long you've been smoking. You know.
I've been smoking since I was 11.
Yeah, it's like
11.
Like,
I think
yeah.
my
Damn.
first time was 13, but I didn't really start really smoking on a regular basis until like 18, 19.
Yeah.
something like
I mean,
that.
I was always an athlete too, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had periods like where I've quit for
Have you?
whatever reason. Yeah. Not now though.
Oh, I'm like,
Ah, you got
I
it.
got you.
I ain't quitting now. I got no reason to quit now.
no, man, Dave's had periods.
Yeah, Dave still doesn't get it. He's like, no, dude, I'm not gonna quit.
Oh, so
I'm gonna period all over the place. Shut up.
So I was telling
you
Caleb
fucking
today when we
nerd.
were texting, I wanted to share with you guys the story of what happened to me this week and how weed saved my ass.
Yeah.
So
Weed saved your ass.
weed saved my ass this week. So my kids had a soccer game on Tuesday night, and I got there and I had a hot dog for dinner, and then I had like a frozen coffee from 7 Brew on the
Okay.
Boulevard, and I think maybe I just drank that 7 Brew.
This is a great combination right now.
Yeah.
Oof.
But I had it's not a great combination. but I started having a stomach ache and shit, and
I don't understand why.
without giving
Period.
without giving you guys the details, like I took a couple trips to the bathroom. I was afraid. So Caleb, I have this rare condition. It's called cyclic vomiting syndrome, and it's just as fun as it sounds.
Oh yeah.
And but the good news is, man, like I haven't had any episodes in like over 3 years at this point. But Tuesday night, I was really worried that I felt an episode coming on, and I was, at my kid's soccer game. As soon as I got home, I smoked a little weed.
Everything
All
went away.
better.
Yeah.
I was great.
Took some tracks and
so
tracked like a
saved my
man.
I just
ass,
figured he was
man.
gonna be like, yeah, I had to chill out in the porta potty and burn one down real quick.
Yeah.
I took 2 shits
Kids
in
are
the
out there
porta
playing
potty,
soccer.
and
fucking getting high.
I would have lit one up in the porta potty, but I didn't expect that I was going to need to smoke weed at my kid's soccer game.
Yeah,
but I
that's-
got
yeah.
my ass home as soon as I could because
Man.
I was really afraid that like I was going to start throwing up.
Jeez.
and
Was it hot in the porta potty?
Yes,
Been
it was.
there.
It was hot there in general, but yeah, it was fucking hot in that porta potty.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely, man.
I will not go anywhere but my house unless it is a
Dude, I'm a porta
100%
john
emergency.
connoisseur,
That's-
bro.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what this
no.
was. It was an emergency
Yeah.
for me.
I've only
like-
used a porta john once, and that was at an Amish family's house.
Yeah.
Like they were like a greenhouse.
Because you
whatever.
guys don't know how to do it. You
Did
got
they,
to do
did
it
they
right.
build? Did they build the porta potty
Yes,
themselves?
dude, it was the
That's how the
nicest thing
Amish-
I've ever seen. That's why I was like, I will grace that with my bare ass.
100%.
I will
You gotta
say
lay
this.
that lily pad down.
Right.
The
and
porta
shit on
potty,
it.
the porta potty at the soccer fields. We were at the 63 soccer fields. Right when you get on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
63, they were nice porta potties.
Dude, this old boy had this thing up against, I don't know what it was, but you turned it 12 times, and it like the light would stay on for 30 minutes. It's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking
In the porta
Amish.
potty?
Yeah, in the porta potty.
Why were you in the
It
porta
was
potty
all-
for 30 minutes?
It was all like hand
30 minutes, it stayed on.
It was all handcrafted
turns,
mahogany
30 minutes.
wood, Oh man, it was the bomb.
Yeah. I put a blanket down on any toilet
Yeah.
that I
Oh,
sit
yeah.
on. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
ever
I
since
do-
that
I-
incident at Lowe's where some dude super glued like a
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
toilet, that was a long, long
I
time
remember
ago.
that.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh my, welcome.
What did he do?
Uh,
What did he do?
So, was it here? Was it Jeff City Lowe's or no? It was just like a Lowe's.
yeah. Super glue?
There's like heat activated super glue to where like once it gets like warm contact,
Certain temperature.
it activates and it like it'll harden.
It
So,
cures.
yeah, it cures. So some dude went into a Lowe's and put it on a fucking toilet seat.
what an asshole.
And
man.
when
Yeah.
some dude sat down, he couldn't get back up. They had to pull the whole toilet and everything out. Oh, this was a long, long time ago.
Oh, man, how did I miss that?
Wow,
story?
yeah.
Oh, like we're talking about like at least like
Yeah, that
12,
would have been
13
like
years
yeah,
ago.
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm saying yes purely for entertainment purposes. I would never actually do that, but for entertainment
No,
value.
that is literally why you got to lay down a little barrier. Because
Yeah.
if you see it stick, be like,
Yeah.
not today, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Not
But I
today,
keep the
man.
gas station ready.
Why do people do that, man? Like,
Because it's funny.
Stupid
the
shit like
whole
that.
the whole thing with like putting
'Cause
the
it's funny.
AIDS infected needles in the
Oh, yeah,
gas
that's
pumps
fucked
or
up.
something.
Yeah.
Because some people just want to watch the fucking world burn, man.
And see, I was about to say this earlier, but that's another reason why I'm not having kids.
Yeah,
Because
I'm with you
this
there.
place is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It's for
it
sure
And
is.
it's just getting worse.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
getting worse.
I've told people
Yeah.
before, man, like my kids were born in 2016. I've told people, man, like if I could have foreseen what the world would look like, today before I had my kids, I probably wouldn't have had kids. Now, I have to preface that by saying I fucking love my kids, love them
for
with all my
sure.
heart. I'm
Yeah.
glad
Right.
that I've got them, but I totally understand why somebody would not want to bring kids
Yeah.
into this
Yeah,
world.
nowadays
it's
I
not
can
a nice
understand.
place.
Yeah.
So many people are opting out.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
they're still saying it's going to be we're going to double our
Population.
population in
Yeah,
like
COVID,
10
you only
years
had
or
one
something.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, COVID
Yeah.
took a lot of people out too. So
True.
Kind of
know?
evened itself out.
Yeah, it's all gonna work.
Survival of the fittest. We made it, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally the worst and best time to be alive right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
we're in a
I
fucking.
agree. Yeah,
I guess not the worst. You know, there's definitely worse time periods for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
but
bubonic plague.
with the shit that's going, on now, I mean,
Well, we've got all this technology that's great, and in some ways makes our life easier. But you know what? Back in the bubonic plague days, you didn't have to worry about fucking the entire world blowing up because of nuclear war, and that's
True.
some shit that I think about like on a daily basis.
Yeah, but you didn't know that the whole world existed out there, and to you, your world was being blown up by something that you couldn't even see. It was a smell, you thought.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know, man.
you were so ignorant to the fact that it was, your dirt and your nasty ass dogs and the fleas jumping around. And,
yeah.
take care of yourself first.
Do you know
Yeah,
when
yeah.
French fries were made? They actually weren't made in France.
No, they're an American thing. They're
No,
a
they're-
FU to France.
They were made in Greece.
Oh,
Get it?
Did you get that from that dad joke? Bud?
Yeah.
I was gonna say he told me he had a dad joke, but that bastard.
buddy.
Thanks.
All right, so Caleb, I got one more question for you. So
Killing
we know you love concentrates.
Yachty.
We know you fuck with flour. We know you don't really fuck with edibles. Have you?
I mean, just really high dose edibles.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Have you seen the weed inhalers that they have now?
I've seen them. I wish I could get my hands on one.
Me
We don't have
too.
any of that cool shit here
I
in
know.
Missouri.
They
And I
got
know
it
we're
in
just
Oklahoma.
starting out.
Where do you get that?
They've got them in Oklahoma.
Seriously?
I've checked the menus
God,
down
dude,
there.
Oklahoma isn't that far of a drive.
No, it's not. Me and Scott were
Yeah.
gonna go down
No.
there.
Yeah, we were, but
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean,
Bronco trip.
yeah, maybe.
Well,
Shit is cheap in Oklahoma. dude.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
cheap. Like.
I also saw a post on Reddit the other night. This dude got 44 cartridges and 1,300 milligrams of edibles for
Good-
$500 in Michigan.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Michigan?
In
Yeah.
Michigan,
Yeah.
44 cartridges though.
Yeah.
That is insane.
No shit.
Like, what are we doing? I mean,
Yeah.
how long's Michigan been legal? Does anybody
Selling a
know?
whole bunch of high school
Not
kids.
that long, I
maybe
wouldn't
maybe
think.
about
Gotta make
8 years, maybe or something like that. I don't
8
know.
years?
Maybe 10.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
I'll Google it.
Michigan? I was
Michigan,
gonna say, yeah.
though?
Let me Google it. I'll
Yeah, Google it.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Fucking TikTok.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Sure.
I saw that face. That's a vid from the wife. I know it.
No, it's not. I promise.
To Thriller.
To Thriller.
Whoa, that's cool.
When did Michigan become a?
You don't want to see it.
Do they just
You
have
don't wanna
medical
ask
there? They
Siri?
have rec now too, don't they? In Michigan?
I'm assuming.
I would assume it's rec if you're getting it that cheap.
Yeah, we'll Google it.
You don't want to ask.
Talk
Siri?
amongst yourselves. I'll
Well,
Google
I
this
mean,
shit.
if Kansas would make it legal, and we got Oklahoma, and is legal in Iowa? I don't think
No,
it's
no, not
nothing in
Iowa.
Iowa. So
I
if,
think they're
if-
pretty
Illinois.
hardcore. In
I think
Iowa.
if Kansas and Iowa were to make it legal, we would have more variety here.
Michigan-
Because that stigma would be gone.
Yeah.
Michigan got recreational in 2019, so 5 years
Oh
ago.
yeah.
You imagine if all 50 states just became legal,
It's gonna happen.
what it would just be like. I
We
mean,
won't
'cause,
we
you
won't
know,
be
'cause-
talking about going to Colorado.
Yeah.
No one's gonna go down to Arkansas to get whatever.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I don't know,
and by
'cause
the
it
way,
takes a
fuck
minute
Arkansas.
to get going.
That's
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Missouri did on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Missouri on that, like their implementation of medical and or recreational?
I mean, I don't really have anything to base it on as far as, being a part of a different state, but on the outside, or looking,
It looked very
In,
well
out.
put together. At
it
least. Yeah.
looked well. If people would have just read 2 minutes of the bill of this legalization,
The
legal
amendment?
mo or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
they would have voted no. And
Yeah.
I tried to tell as many people as I could.
I voted no
I did too.
because you told me to.
Yeah, I mean, we waited this long.
Yeah.
It was already medical.
Yeah.
If you, I mean, yeah, it was a little more expensive to get your med card when it first started out, but I mean, if they would have just read, I don't know if you guys read the Freedom Act.
Mhm.
Did you guys read any of that? I mean, I still got screenshots of it.
Was
but
that part of the bill?
that was a different one?
The recreational?
the
oh, yeah,
the,
that was the different
Cannabis Freedom Act or
one.
whatever.
That's right, because there were a few different ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. And money, they got
Yeah.
lobbied
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and this legal mo is going to make the most money for the top dogs.
For the least amount of people. Yeah.
And it's just, if people would have read like the first 2 lines or something, or the first line, it was like, if what was it? God, I'm about to get it out now.
People don't read, man.
He's getting it out.
People don't.
Oh, he's
read.
doing. Oh,
Well,
He's getting his phone
Dave had
out.
his period earlier.
Remember,
he's getting his phone out now.
remember, he's black from the waist down, but
Oh,
white
but
from
white
the
from the wallet up.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you getting out? The wallet or the penis?
The phone.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we're all safe. We're all safe.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all safe.
All right, never mind.
God.
Stand
I'll
back,
give you a
fellas.
warning.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Excuse me. You have a wide there. Well, you're not at Shangri-La anymore, but there's always a wide variety of music playing in there when I go in there.
Man, I always tried to play music
I
that
did like that.
everybody loved.
Yeah, I'm the
or
same
people that
way.
really enjoyed it.
I try, like, when I'm with a group of people, I try to find music that everybody is going to like,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I don't play country.
Well, it's always
Amen.
I listen to
it's
country.
always
Amen.
some kind of rap.
Who, me?
No, I'm just saying, like in any dispensary
Oh.
lately. 'cause
They
I've
were
been-
rocking country in
I-
Shangri-La the last time I went
Really?
in there, yeah.
I just go on to Spotify, type in songs that get white people going, and it's usually all bangers.
Yeah, and it works for you, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny, because aren't you Mexican?
Fuck you, Dave.
No, he just got a nice tan, that's all.
So
Big dick. No, I don't.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Dave.
I had this little. It's basically just a little like compare and contrast, right?
Okay,
of
yeah.
Legal Mo and the.
Did you guys have that at the dispensary? Like a printout of that or some shit?
Like 2 days before the vote was
Yeah.
to be there.
I feel like I've seen that before.
Because I was showing as many people as I could this.
Yeah.
Because everybody was asking, like, what should we vote, blah blah blah, and I'm like, here, I mean, the first line of the Cannabis Freedom Act: no criminal penalties and no possession limits. Legal Mo, the first line: 3-ounce possession limit. Cannabis remains a scheduled drug.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh shit.
Like, why would you vote for that?
100%.
Because recreational.
Right.
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
people they
Yeah.
flat out said they're not gonna bring another ballot measure with marijuana up again, and
And-
so this was the last chance.
I think that
Well,
was
no,
how
but
they got people.
they would've. They still
They
would've.
convinced people that
Exactly.
that was
Right.
how it was going to
Yeah.
be.
Right.
It's a sales tactic. It's like, this is the last one on the shelf.
Yeah.
This is the
Better get
McRib.
it.
This
Yeah.
is the McRib. We ain't ever bringing it back.
Right.
You better get that shit now.
Yeah.
But like, we waited this long, however long it's been,
We
and
could
you
have
still
waited another year
right?
or whatever, however long.
And that's just like same thing with people that would come in there and start bitching about having to wait for
Oh yeah.
30 minutes to get your weed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you have to wait. There's 2 dispensaries for
In Jeff City.
Yeah.
50,000 people.
Yeah.
I know not all of them smoke weed, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if
but
half.
a good
But still
majority.
not very much.
we were open for like a week, and this dude, there's 30 people inside. This dude he's like, I want to speak to a manager. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
all right,
okay.
I'll walk out
Like,
there.
Good turnaround.
I thought,
Yes.
I thought, something was wrong with this product, didn't get something, whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, he wanted to complain that he had to wait too long. He's like, I'm not shopping here anymore. It's like, this wait is horrendous. I'm like, are you serious, dude?
Yeah.
I was like,
What do you expect us to
did your
do?
drug dealer like drop everything he was doing whenever you hit him up for a dime sack?
Right.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you used to have to be on drug dealer time, and it could be days.
You had
I
a
remember
killer
those
dealer
days,
back in the
dude.
day.
I remember
Damn.
those days.
Right?
Absolutely, man.
And that's what I would tell everybody that come in there complaining, like,
Yeah.
dude, you're gonna get your weed. You're gonna take 20 minutes, man. Like,
Yeah.
Well, and you guys could only have three customers at a time up in the main
Yeah.
lobby.
three per.
Is
Well,
that- is that a-
just 3 per Budtender.
Is
That's-
that a law, or is that just a
There-
thing that you guys
No,
did there?
I don't think it's a law. I mean,
Okay.
besides like obviously like your fire hazard on how many people you can have
Sure,
in there.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But-
So it's fire code type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean we we would just do 3 people per
Or
Budtender.
tender. Yeah.
But you couldn't imagine how many times that caused an issue.
Oh, I bet.
I had like, cause if like you guys came in, you could buy together on one ticket, but if you were going to do it separately, you'd have to go back out and wait, right?
Yeah.
This dude came in with his wife, girlfriend, whatever. They're buying separately. Don't know why, whatever. And he had to go back outside for literally 8 seconds before someone else called him back. And he comes back in. He's like, "That was fucking stupid." I was like, "Yeah, I agree. I 100%
shit, bro.
agree with you, man."
We're on the same page,
He's like,
bro.
but I can't lose my job because you're mad that you gotta wait.
Yeah.
It's like,
And that's why, like, well, first of all, that's why I just fucking avoided the dispensary for that first week.
Oh,
that rec
yeah,
happened.
first 2 weeks.
But that's why you can't get mad at those people at the dispensary, man. Like, they're just following the rules that they're supposed to follow. Everybody's on edge because we've never done this shit before. You don't want to fuck it up. You don't want to lose your license. So, like, have a little bit of grace with the people
Could
that are
you
helping
imagine 3 people talking to you at once?
Oh, dude, I did it every day.
No,
I mean, it was all the time.
Fuck that.
Yeah. When I worked in retail, that was very cool.
What? I mean, me, I can only handle one person at a time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm like, nope. Too much fucking
And
noise.
That's the thing about like being a budtender. Like, yes, you know, a lot of people could do it, but not anybody can just do that. And that's
have
a
some good
lot of
people
people.
skills.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I'm not a huge people person. I especially kind of surprised myself by even starting there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, you get it a lot where people are like, "You're just selling weed all day." It's like, nah, man.
They think it's easy.
Like, you know what a terpene is?
Yeah. No.
They're like, yeah, you're still just sitting there selling weed all day. It's like, no, it's not just that. Essentially, yes, it's retail, but like,
Right.
just
You gotta know
having
your shit.
yeah, and
You
just
gotta know
having
your
so
product.
many people just staring at you, and
Yeah.
you're just like,
It's not like selling dog collars.
Well, think about it. A lot of people come in and you're their first time. It's like, hey, it's recreational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I want?
right, yep,
Like, I don't know what I want. Tell me what I want.
Yep.
You're just like, oh, fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so many people think they can do this job,
Yeah.
and they think we're just like smoking weed all day and
Yeah. Dude.
whatever.
One story, and then we'll take a
I
quick
get,
break.
I get that, though.
So I texted these guys. So I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was going through the drive-thru at Shangri-La, and there was a dude on a bike, and he was parked there in the back, and he was scrounging for roaches in your
Yeah.
all's fucking
Yeah, yeah,
parking
yeah.
lot. You know the
no,
guy?
No. So that dude just showed up randomly. He was a real young kid. I don't even think the dude was 21.
Yeah.
Um,
This guy had like a veteran, like a Vietnam veteran hat or some shit on. So
Well-
it may have been a different dude.
Sure, anybody get that hat.
No, it was the guy. You said he was picking like through the rocks and shit.
Yeah, like where
There's more than
where
one?
Shangri-La butts up with like Pancheros
You're
or
on my
whatever
drugs.
that is.
Oh, Wingstop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, that kid was homeless. He was not a vet.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. And
Yeah.
like we thought he was looking for cigarette butts, or just to smoke cigarette butts.
Yeah.
But no, he was looking for roaches.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude. First off, you can't smoke on the property.
Yeah, right.
So like, there's not gonna be roaches here.
Right.
Some people, we get a lot of people that would walk back through there and whatever. But like, it's like, dude, we can't have you sitting here picking through.
Our shit.
Yeah.
Like,
First of
this
all, that's
already
fucking
looks
weird.
weird. Yeah. It's like, dude, and so like again, we thought he was looking for cigarette butts. So I pulled my cigarettes out. I'm like, here, man, you can just have a cigarette or two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, thanks, but I'm not looking for that. No.
Yeah, I want
It's like,
weed.
oh, it's like, well, you got to leave then.
Yeah. I told you guys I thought that he found one when I was there, but maybe he just found
Oh, he
a
probably
cigarette
found-
butt.
he found
and not,
something,
and not
I'm
a,
sure.
Not a roach. I don't know, but yeah, you never
I
know,
couldn't
man.
imagine that.
I will say, there's a lot of people that smoke back there, but they don't leave their shit hanging out. They don't.
Yeah.
There's no roaches back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who the hell's doing that? That's what
I figured as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could go collect fucking cans, turn that shit in, at least go in and buy something.
Get some cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids got really into collecting cans for a while, and now they don't want to smash the fuckers anymore, so I'm cutting them off.
Putting that
Yeah.
No more cans. bro.
putting that foot down, huh? Instead of on the can.
Filling up my fucking garage with
Yeah.
Look at,
Trash
look at
bags full of
Dave putting the hammer down.
Boys, you want to take a quick break?
Jesse
Let's do
must
that.
have
But
been out of
before
town.
we do that, let's thank our Patreon patrons.
Yes, let's do.
Let's
start with our good buddy Biscuit Strength.
Hey, the
That's
guy right
me.
here. Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Oh, hey,
Our good buddy
what?
Kev.
Hey,
Our good buddy Kev. Our good friend JT at the Paranormal Sun.
What's up, brother?
Our good buddy
Oh,
Dub
that
IZ.
Yes.
Our good buddy Jamie Rector at In the Groove Records. And our good buddy Cassie Cass.
There you go. Thank you much.
Yeah, man, we
All our
love y'all.
Patreon patrons. Head on over patreon.com/the-old77 podcast.
That's right.
Might have to join
Back with
on
more
up,
juiciness.
Gonna go
Right
take
after
a
this.
break.
Yeah. Yeah.
After this.
Dave's got to go to the bathroom, I'm sure.
Maybe, maybe not.
Fuck
Breaking
Arkansas
the seal
and Dave.
already.
Yeah.
And Dave,
No, fuck Arkansas more than you, though.
Fuck Arkansas!
and their deer population. Screw them.
Think of all the mature, responsible things you could be doing. Helping old ladies cross the street, proudly maintaining your yard, hanging with your folks, or cleaning your room. But get real. You'd rather be playing video games. You can rent them from Blockbuster. They've got more of the coolest new Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis games for rent than anyone in the world. So dudes, why not get your games at Blockbuster? It's the mature thing to do.
Oh yeah, we're actually he's right. I'm recording it.
Well, now you're recording some music.
I got 25 minutes of us.
Now you're
What, that whole
music
time it was?
Yeah.
to make it fucking official.
Welcome back to the old 77, folks. Segment 2. Biscuit, you were saying.
The people of Aldi's.
Yeah.
So you have a problem with
Are
Aldi's? I love Aldi's.
Fucking snoods.
The people
It's the
of
people
Aldi's.
of Aldi's. Yes.
Yeah.
So when I go through there to
Uh-huh.
either go to AutoZone that's there
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Little Caesars,
Uh-huh.
like
Also
they
there.
they think that they're just fucking invincible because
Oh, yeah, I'll
I'm
give you
saving
that.
money going to Aldi's.
Mhm.
Right.
And they just fucking walk and don't look. And I'm like, you know
Yep.
what? Be a statistic.
Yeah, you should hit one of
Yeah,
them.
it's called the Darwin effect. I'm gonna run your
Absolutely.
fucking ass over.
Absolutely. I agree. You should
No,
Be a
they fucking they
statistic.
really do.
No, they do.
And they
I'll
just
give you
like
that.
fucking walk across with their bags because they're saving the fucking planet.
It's
fucking
not
hippie
using
bags.
a fucking bag.
Dude, I lost my bags the other day and somebody stole them. I was like, what the hell?
See?
Oh, yeah, I turned
What?
around. I put my quarter in, pulled my card out, threw the bags underneath, right?
Yeah.
Turned, went in. We went through the store and shopped. When we got to the end, I was like, oh, let me grab the bags. They're gone.
I got like a billion
And
of
so
them in my house. I've
one
never
of them,
used a single
one of them was
them.
an Edward Jones bag.
can
It
have
was
them
like this
all.
big yellow, like employee-only Edward Jones bag. And so we're like looking at everybody.
Gotcha, bitch.
Ooh, who's got our bag? And nobody had them. I was so pissed.
Dude.
Oh man.
Somebody skanked our bags and then just jetted out.
You know the best thing to do is like give somebody a card and be like, left it on a full tank for you.
Oh. Did you get that from that dad joke book?
No, that's an old one, but nobody ever finds it funny. They're just like, okay. And then they like push the cart to the side, and I'm like,
That's
not
funny.
good enough.
The other
Yeah,
day when we
yeah.
went,
Keep
this old
trying,
lady
though,
was
man. You're
like,
gonna
"This
get one
one's
of them
all
one day."
warmed up. She's good for you. This one's all warmed up. So thank you, ma'am. I'll take
got-
good care of
I
her."
got one thing that a lot of people get mad at. So every time I go to a gas station, I'm getting cigarettes or alcohol, booze, whatever.
Yeah.
And they ask me for my ID. I'll be like, nope, don't have it. I'm not old enough. I just like stare at them.
You make it awkward. It's like, shit, take it, bro.
It's like,
Like,
you
I'll
would
buy it for
not
you.
believe how many people get pissed at me. They're like, well, I can't sell you this thing. It's like, it's a joke.
You ever get one that's like, okay, I'll sell it to you anyway.
Like, joke's on you, I'm a cop. You're busted.
Well, no, because they do have those people that
Yeah,
will
they
go.
do.
They do, yeah.
And you'd be perfect for that too.
I was
Some dude who
buying
just stares you down.
Sell it to
I was
me.
buying alcohol at a gas station once when one of those people was there, like busting underage people for trying to buy alcohol. Yeah,
Well,
I
so were
somehow
they-
weasel my way out of it. But
Good
yeah.
for you. Good
Were
for
they?
you.
So like, was somebody just standing out there?
This was like 20 years ago, but I can tell you it was at that gas station kind of by Capital Region and JC. You know how there's the two gas stations right across the street from each
Yep.
other by the
Oh,
roundabout
yeah,
there.
the break time and
the
the
break
Seneco?
time. I was at the break time. and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were buying, alcohol there, and I'm pretty sure I was probably 20, 19 at that time. And yeah, like some person came out and started talking to us, like, and telling us who they were with, the Missouri, alcohol. I don't know, whatever the fuck, whoever they
So
were
it
fun
was
with.
police.
ATF, isn't it?
Did they flash?
ATF.
Yeah, did they flash you a badge and everything?
I'm pretty sure they did. Like, I
Shiny.
wasn't the one that bought the alcohol, so like I didn't have anything to worry about anyway. But yeah, they were there. Like, they were popping people.
Damn,
yeah.
Dude,
Huh.
the first time I had somebody buy me beer, he was 20, he was 21, and I was like 18, 19, and it was the gas station next to Lutz's.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Eagle
Eagle
Stop.
So
Stop,
yeah,
yeah.
so it was like later at night. I was like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna have a small little party. You think you buy me a case?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, no problem." So we go rolling in, pull up in front, and like I'm nervous as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And he's just fucking bebopping along, fucking going through, gas
That's
station.
the guy that makes it through every time.
Yeah, every
Four
time.
fucking highway patrol come pull up, and they all park right next to my truck. And I'm like, fuck me.
You were shitting up. Oh,
yeah. But then, like, thinking back to it later, I'm like, I'm a sober chauffeur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what I would just be like, oh, shit, I'm a sober chauffeur. But me, my dumb ass would be like, he's buying it from me. We're both fucked.
yeah.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, you immediately go to, I'm guilty.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the thing, man, is you got to be smooth. You got to be smooth about things like that.
Yep.
You can talk your way out of most
Nope.
situations.
No.
I mean, theoretically, you can talk your way out of
Oh,
most
for sure.
situations.
Man,
But at that point, I couldn't have.
I had a buddy of mine, and we were like 17, 18, and we were about to go down to the lake, for the weekend, whatever. So we get our booze. I'm driving a Nissan Frontier at the time, a crew cab, right?
Easy,
So
don't try church it up. It's not a truck. You had to put truck shit on it. It's a
Easy,
fucking
boy.
Frontier,
Easy.
okay?
Well, so anyway,
First.
we got fucking 2 30-packs sitting right in the back seat.
The old 30-pack.
The reason I was saying it was a Nissan is because it wasn't a big cab, right?
Right.
So
No.
but blah blah blah. Long story short, he's got a broken arm, and so we're legitimately going to a doctor's checkup for him, right?
Yeah.
And I'm coming down Southwest, and it's right by Taco Bell and whatnot, right
I
by
know,
right. Yeah,
the Capital Region, that old
Yeah,
one,
Right,
or
right.
the other one, yeah.
The good
So,
Taco Bell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agree.
Right.
I'm doing 42 and a 30. Fucking cop sitting right behind that church right there.
All the time.
Pulls me over. So as soon as I see the lights, I'm like, Carnes, lean your seat back. And so he falls straight back. I lean my seat back, kind of kept sitting up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
We had a cooler in the back, but we hadn't loaded it down yet. No ice,
Yeah.
no nothing. Yeah. And so dude comes up to the window. No, I pulled you over, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The whole spiel. I'm like, cool, whatever. He takes my shit and goes back. The whole time, my phone is getting blown up because I'm supposed to be at weightlifting for football. And so.
I got places to be, bro. Hurry up.
Hurry it up, man. Let's get this going.
Yeah.
I got my coach calling me, my mom calling me, dealing with these. I got a cop checking my shit. Another one is like kind of right on his side in the back, and I see him open up the cooler that's in the back, and then the other cop comes up. He's like, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. Where you guys going? This and that. Blow smoke up his ass. Played it off cool. Whatever, knowing I got 60 beers behind me. We're 19 years
Right.
old.
Yeah.
This dude that's with me's already got an MIP and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And so he was
Fuck
freaking
yeah.
out, whatever.
Yeah.
But so I told him we were taking him to get a checkup because we really were, and so I pulled over and or he let us go, whatever.
Yeah.
And I pull up and I park and I was like, dude, just hang on a second, let him leave, whatever. And as soon as he gets out and I get out to try and just, get my wits, whatever, fucking beer cans just start rolling out both sides of the truck, fucking underneath the truck. And, my heart was just pounding. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. God.
Is this incriminating that we're telling these stories?
No, I mean,
Good deal.
it's
Statutes of
7
limitations,
days,
right?
Yeah, limitations.
Okay, good deal.
limitations.
They don't give a shit about minors.
To be
drinking
fair, if they
alcohol,
never
man.
got caught, then they never got caught. So
Yeah.
I mean-
allegedly.
And
That happened.
everything is alleged. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got so
It's
many.
all hearsay now because I don't even know if I remember it right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I've got so many instances like that should have turned out horribly, but that somehow I weaseled my way out.
Yeah.
I always seem to get lucky.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's an instance I can think of right now, but I probably shouldn't mention it on the air. During the
I'll tell-
commercial break,
So
I'll write it down.
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
I'll make it permanent.
Don't zoom in on my paper right now, Scott. We got cameras up in here.
To be fair, I've looked at Dave's
Wow.
notes after the show, and
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can't
things I
read shit.
masturbate to. It's like, why did he write that phrase? Like my
The
kids are
time I
seeing
thought I
that.
had AIDS.
Hey, Dad, look at Dave's notes have AIDS. And that time he masturbated. Like, what?
Wait, hold on. That one's over here.
Yeah.
tuck that one away.
Good
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. Where were we?
Yes.
Where were we?
We're
I
right
don't
here.
remember.
Your notes
so-
have
In
AIDS.
the story. I forget where.
No, you're like, I don't know if I should say that on air.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah,
started
that
writing it
story.
down.
I'm not gonna say that story on the air.
Yeah, don't.
So
Pussy.
I really wholeheartedly believe that me and another good friend of mine were the reason that JC started doing their drug testing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
We had gotten caught, and it was the only time I'd ever been caught with weed.
Yeah.
What
What year are we talking about here?
Jeez.
When does statutes of limitations set in? Then.
I was gonna say
That's
seven,
when.
year
is it
before
seven-
that.
it's 7 years, I think, right?
Seven.
Right?
Yeah, sure. I don't
Sure.
know.
So
Yeah, I
8 years
think it
ago.
is, yeah, it'd
When
be
did you
7.
graduate?
2010.
Yeah, okay. 10 years after me.
Yeah.
So you're 30?
10? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
31.
So what? You graduated in 2000 then?
Yeah, 2000.
2013, son.
I graduated in '96. So
Damn.
That's old.
Did
Yeah,
you go
Scott.
to JC?
No, he's from
No.
Illinois.
I went.
I went to JC though.
I went to a little itty bitty place in Illinois.
I went to JCAC, son.
Yeah.
That's usually what I get whenever I say that.
Jefferson City
Academic
Anal
Center.
Club.
That too.
Yeah, okay.
I figured there was like air conditioned and non-air conditioned.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
JC knack.
It's like, damn, y'all have to go to the unair conditioned building.
Shit.
Look it up, bro. Look it up.
Peasants.
So
So tell us the story of how you were the inspiration
Well,
for
Dave
I
really
mean,
drug
interrupted.
testing.
honestly, when I was in high school, there was always just
Well, you were an athlete in high school too. Though,
I was
right?
an athlete all through high school.
Yeah.
All through high school. I mean, I was, varsity and blah 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 blah. Like starting sophomore or freshman, whatever.
Whatever.
But dude, like the upperclassmen for us, dude, they were doing way worse shit than we were at
Yeah.
that point in time.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, as we get introduced to it, most
Fuck yeah.
people,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, dude, I graduated in 2013, and I remember, it was
Yeah.
It was
I guess I
bad
never
even when I
asked you
was
how
there.
old you were.
29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just
And
Well,
you're from here?
I mean, you guys are all
Yeah.
roughly
Yeah,
around the
okay.
same age.
Well, not
Yeah.
me. I'm 40.
Yeah.
yeah, we are.
We
that's
are,
why. That's
though.
why we
You're
make
still
this.
you're still in our
You're still in the stratosphere.
millennial.
I think I'm
What is it?
technically still a millennial because I
Yeah.
think I think,
Fucking nerd.
I know.
Talk shit.
I think the cutoff for that is like 80, right, or 81.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Who gives a
Well,
fuck?
now there's the new generation, the Zennials or whatever, that came around, 76 to 83, that had internet, didn't have internet. They have.
Well, then
little
I'm a
bit of everything.
zennial then because I was 82.
Yeah.
I think it was like so. My ex was is still a millennial.
Yeah.
She's
Was.
15
Hold up.
years
Nope,
older
still
than
is.
me.
No, she's a recovering millennial.
Yeah, she was like right on the cusp of that and boomers, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
boomers.
It's like-
Oh,
or no,
yeah.
No,
not
boomers is like the 40s.
Boomers are who I-
Not boomers,
Yeah.
jeez.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
That's my parents.
He said he liked older
I
women.
know. That's what I was
I mean,
like.
she
Damn.
is a grandma though. She is a grandma.
Well,
Yeah, dude, I'm 40, and a dude that graduated a year before me just became a grandpa the other day. So,
funky.
Yeah.
so fucking color me old now, man. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, we're definitely there. I mean, we could.
1981 to 1996.
Is what?
Okay.
Millennials.
Millennial?
Millennials.
Okay.
So what's before that? Or
Gen
yeah,
X?
No,
Gen X
That's
is
after.
after.
Gen Y?
Or Gen Z,
Gen,
isn't it?
the new one or the newest one?
And then there
Who's
was
Gen
Gen
Zers?
E.
I thought Gen X
'Cause-
was before millennial. Right?
Yeah. Gen X.
My sister was born in 75, and I always thought she was a Gen X. Gen Xer. Isn't that what they called them? I don't know.
I thought there's boomers and then there's like the war. There's the boomers,
Yeah.
the war.
Yeah, the boomers is
Yeah.
the war generation.
Oh, okay.
World
The
War
boomers
II.
are the
Yeah.
ones who came about
Late
because
40s.
of World War II.
Yeah.
Gen X
late
is
40s.
65 to 80.
Yeah, that's my
Okay,
sister.
okay.
65 to
She was
1980.
75. Yeah.
Max was 77.
But you know what,
Yeah.
man? They fucking change those terms up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the-
like,
well,
who the
it's-
fuck gets to decide what
it's
the term
constantly
is
evolving.
anyway? It's like it's fucking stupid.
It's evolving. It's just so we can talk about it.
But sorry, you were doing drugs in high school.
Yes. So,
Before Dave rudely interrupted again.
Sorry, I know. Fuck.
dude, I mean, I was a party house in high school, man. Like we were at my house
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And so actually, close call story. Kind of off, same topic, whatever. It was the last party that I was having right before we were going to college, right? My mom had divorced my sister's dad. Like a year before that, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So like that summer, my mom had moved to Springfield, and I was about to go off to college, but we still had the house. So we got a fucking summer after graduation, a house to myself. So what do you
Yeah,
think we're doing?
absolutely.
Hell
just
yeah.
getting fucked up for
Yeah.
3 months straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, so I got the last party. I got the whole road lined with cars. This whole time, my sister's dad, my mom's ex, never found out it was him, but it was obviously him.
Yeah.
Our shit was getting vandalized.
Yeah.
He was slashing my mom's tires, this and that.
What a
Like,
dick.
we never could
Never
prove it
caught
was him. But
Yeah.
like,
Pretty
dude,
fucking sure.
But
we
we
did
know.
not have any enemies.
Yeah.
You know,
Other than him. Yeah.
freaking my mom went through 6 sets of tires. I went through 2 sets. She had to get a new motor too because somehow sugar got poured in the gas tank. So it did
damn it.
completely fuck her motor up.
Boy, that's
Yeah.
some petty shit right there.
Right? Yeah.
For sure.
And so, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm having this party. Everything's going good. This and that. Me and my best friend at the time would go out to take a piss. And I'm just sitting there and I look back in. Everyone's kicking. I look over my left shoulder, right? Look back in. Everyone's kicking it. Beer pong, blah, blah, blah. Turn to my right, or zip up, turn to my right, boom, flashlight in my face.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over, my best friend, don't see him, see his beer on the ground, gone. Look
Fucker.
inside, there's nobody. Nobody's in there. I see a fucking, literally, it's like a movie. I saw a beer pong ball bouncing across the table. Like, what the fuck? And it was a cop, and dude's like, what's going on? This house is supposed to be vacant, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, we had this house until it was like September 1st, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's like, everybody needs to get out of here, this and that. I'm going to start making arrests if I have to come back here.
Like, bro, they're already gone.
It's like, yeah.
You ain't
it's
gotta
like,
worry, they're already gone.
obviously, they all
Tumbleweed
ran.
and shit.
Yeah.
Wee, wee.
They all
Yeah.
ghosted.
So half the people left, but there was still dozens of people there. So after he left, everybody came in, blah, blah, blah. But turns out there was 2 or 3 cars that were gotten wrecked because they were all trying to leave whenever this cop came here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And they found, they had to get 2 of them like pulled out of the woods because they had rolled down this fucking hill.
Oh, Jesus.
Crazy shit.
Jesus,
But anyway,
man.
that was that was the closest call. But like he could have arrested me,
Yeah.
all of us, because we were all under the age or
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so drugs, high school, getting caught smoking weed. Me and my buddy sitting in Southwest DeVille.
Yeah. I've been to the I have a buddy that
Apartments.
lived there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sitting right back there, and we're just smoking in his fucking Bronco.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to the Bronco.
Hey.
I got a Bronco.
It's a wannabe Jeep.
My wife drives it all the time, though, not me.
Oh, yeah.
Please continue.
Please
so
continue.
we're sitting there, we're smoking, blah blah blah, we're chilling. We're passing this bowl back and forth, and I gave it back to him. And I look over and I look to my right, cop car coming up over the hill.
Your right side is not a good side.
Left more often, bro.
Yeah.
Left
Never look
left
right.
is your side,
Always
man.
left.
Side. So we're both in our Letterman's jackets.
Oh shit.
Cop, comes up to the window, how's it going? Blah blah blah. It's like, been better for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Good
He's
thing you
like-
showed up.
He's like, we got a suspicious act of narcotics call. I was like,
What?
what? It's like somebody called and said there's a suspicious act of narcotics going on. It's like,
At the Ville,
These
I don't
narcotics
believe
are
it.
not
I
suspicious.
don't believe it.
These narcotics are completely credible. I don't give a fuck. They are not
Oh,
suspicious.
that's funny.
Yeah.
and that is solid too, by the way. I do like that Jellinade there.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a very unique flavor to it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Nice little buzz too.
Yeah, I like it. Good.
So anyway, by 30 seconds later, 2 more squad cars show up,
Jesus.
and
Full
they
force.
get us.
Yeah.
out
Must
of
have been
the
a slow
car.
night.
We gave them, it was fucking 4 in the afternoon, so we weren't being, we weren't driving around, which
Right.
is obviously, I didn't like driving and smoking. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it,
It's too much to risk.
you can see
man.
so many people smoking nowadays. I know this shit's legal, but like, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Just
people
watch.
are so blatant
God.
about their
Yeah.
car
Oh,
smoking
yeah.
these
Yeah.
days. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
smoke in the car.
No, man.
I don't.
Like,
But I mean, whatever.
yeah. But back then, that was the thing to do. Like, we would go park in random neighborhoods and do this shit all the time. That's why we got caught.
Hot box it, baby.
Jeez.
Right.
Hot box it.
But so anyway, ended up giving him the shit. We gave him, we gave it up. We didn't try to hide it. Whatever. There was no hiding it. We were fucking hotboxing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't.
And so the dude didn't tell them that he had more shit in the back of his truck or the back of the Bronco. I didn't know that. Obviously, it wasn't my shit.
yeah.
Oh, no.
And so, yeah, and they found that. I was like, that shit ain't mine. like for sure. I was like, the only thing that's mine is in that sack right there.
Yeah.
And you know, blah blah blah. You know, that shit happens. We're 17 at the time. Both starting varsity. You know, we were the dudes. Blah blah blah.
That guy went back real quick. Hey, listen to these two guys.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, with our Letterman's jackets on too. So yeah, we thought that might help, but
No.
Maybe
We're
not.
not in a small enough town.
No.
Yeah,
Not a
yeah,
small
and some of
enough
those
town.
guys take pride in catching those type of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got all the douchebags for sure.
Well, it sounds like it, and they all showed up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just this are you done
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your
I mean,
story?
that was pretty much it. I was just, you know, they took me to juvie, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But
Oh.
I really, because I had to get suspended for it was like during baseball, I think.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
that's bullshit.
sat like
Yeah.
4 games because of it.
Yeah. That
They started drug testing though.
Yes, they did. They did. Yeah, because they were
I'll
talking
be.
about doing that shit when I went there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that reminded me of a similar story where somebody I know, and by somebody I know I mean me, I was driving on the road, had like an ounce of weed,
Is that it?
and
Yeah, what a pussy.
I was on Jefferson. I was down the road from Zestos. Had an ounce of weed in my pocket, and all of a sudden I see cherries behind me.
Cherries and berries.
And I'm like, fuck, man. And I start freaking out. I was in my mom's 1985 Volkswagen Golf stick shift.
Yeah.
And I start freaking the fuck out. And I start to pull over. And thank God he just fucking went right by me and kept going. But oh my God, did my fucking balls fall to the ground when
Yep.
that
Dave
happened.
became
man.
a man. That
Oh, man.
he gripped that 8-ball on that stick shift and put it in 4.
Oh, man. Yeah, I found a
Hammer
gear.
to the floor, start doing 35.
I found a gear I did not know existed on that thing, man. I've gotten very lucky, man. Like, you know, now I don't really do anything. You know, I smoke weed. That's not illegal anymore, so I'm not
No.
really worried about it.
Not at all.
But man, back in the day when it wasn't, man, there's so many examples
Oh,
like
for sure.
close calls that I've had where
Yeah.
I've just gotten lucky. I could very easily be that dude with the drug charge on his record that, you know, because of that couldn't get into college or couldn't get a job or whatever. And it's just that I got lucky and other people didn't get lucky and they're still paying for it.
Yep.
You
And
know?
the thing that pisses me off is, you know, we're in a state that they recreational, you know,
it's
21 plus, whatever you can smoke. Anybody that is in jail for a non-violent marijuana charge, as soon as that shit got legalized,
Get them out.
they should have been gone.
Yeah.
They should have been out of there.
Yeah.
Packing your shit. Like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you still gonna have people serving, you know, 20, 30 years and they've only gotten half their sentence done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what?
So I worked in a prison for 6 years in a factory, and I wasn't an officer. I was like a factory supervisor. One of the dudes that worked closely with me was Jeff Mazansky. He was a non-violent cannabis offender, and he was in that fucking prison for like 20 plus years. And he got out shortly after I left. I went to a normal meeting one night in downtown Jeff City, and there was Jeff from fucking prison. He had just gotten out, and he was at this normal meeting, and I saw him, and he saw me, and like we gave each other a big hug, and we took a picture. It was a beautiful moment, man,
Yeah.
because
Then
like
he shanked Dave.
then he shanked me. Yeah, I got the scar right here. If you want to see it. No, but that's just an example of a guy like, you know, now that he's out, you know, he's all about his family. He's a good dude. He's got a great family. He's, you know, he could spend time with his fucking grandkids. All those years were robbed from him
Yeah.
for
It's sad.
for this.
Man. Yeah.
For
it's
this right here.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, man.
And you got these other states that, like, you know, like LA or California, man.
Yeah.
Like, fucking people are out there shooting up dope, just
Right.
straight-
Yeah.
They've got
like,
worse
come on.
things to deal with than that.
Really?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but it's just like, that's just crazy to me. Is like anybody in any non-violent drug offense, you should not be in fucking jail.
I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer,
That is
like, you
crazy.
should treat it as a health issue and not
Absolutely.
a criminal issue. 100%.
And there's like some country, I don't know if it's like Venezuela, Portugal,
They
where
legalized everything.
Yep, everything.
Yeah,
they
and
treat it,
and,
yep.
and overdose rates have plummeted.
Yep.
Overall drug use rates have plummeted.
Yep.
And it's legal there, and it's because it's not exciting to kids anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like we
Yep.
like
Took the stigma away.
half of the fun
Yeah.
of smoking weed when I was 15 was that I wasn't supposed to do it. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
you take that away, and it's you know, it's not exciting anymore, and
Right.
and You know, and people that are addicted to shit, heroin addicts, opiate addicts, like they actually have a place that they can go to and get their fix,
Right.
but they know what they're getting. They know there's not some fucking fentanyl in there, so it's not going to kill them.
See, that's it right
And in
there.
the meantime, the vast majority of those people, they don't want to be on that shit.
Yeah.
And if the resources are available to them, they will take the necessary steps to get off of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody wakes up in the morning and says, "I want to be a fucking drug addict." You know, most people, if given the resources, will get off that shit.
Yeah.
But you got to have the right support system. You got to stop locking people up, because when you lock people up, man, that just it sets you behind, because then you owe so much money, you know, like you got to pay lawyers, you got to pay this, and half of these people, man, like my best friend that died of an opiate overdose, he never got back above water, man. You know, like he got in trouble when he was young, and he was constantly, you know, having to pay for stupid shit that he did in the past, and he never could get his head above water. You know,
Then it just drives you down into it farther.
yeah. Then you become even more, you know, dejected about things. And,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I would
Well,
not
you gotta
wish.
you know, calm the pain somehow.
Sure.
To start.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would not wish addiction on my worst enemy, man. You
No.
know, I've been there, done that. Like
Me too.
as soon as my shoulder got messed up.
Yeah, did you have
know,
a sports injury? Is
Yep.
that what happened?
yep,
Yeah.
during football.
So then they started throwing fucking oxys at you?
No, I mean I started on like fucking tramadol after my surgery.
Yeah.
You know, like, but see, like with me, that my injury happened at the very beginning of my senior year in football, and so they were like, you need surgery yesterday. And I
Yeah.
was like, I would have been out for 6 months to a year. That'd been my whole senior year, and so I was like, fuck that. Ended up not getting surgery, kept playing on it, dude. I went through football and baseball, got All-American in football,
Yeah.
All-State in baseball. I had a bunch of scouts looking at me, blah, blah, blah. But until that, then they heard about my injury, and that was
nobody
that.
wants you at that point.
Yeah.
I had a couple of scholarships here and there,
Yeah.
and then obviously I ended up going to Missouri Valley out of high school and this and that.
So you didn't get surgery?
Not right then.
Yeah.
Went through my whole year. After I graduated, that's when I got surgery, and then they put me on these tramadols.
Painkillers, yeah.
That's where it started, man. Fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I was then, by the end of it, I'm fucking I'm doing so much shit. And,
Yeah. I've seen it so many times, man.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Fuck that fentanyl shit, man.
Yeah,
I
fuck
literally,
yeah.
long story
I'm-
short, I OD'd and
Dude.
totaled my truck going down the highway, man.
I'm
Like,
so lucky that I got out of it before fentanyl was
Yep.
everywhere, because if I wouldn't have, I'd probably be dead.
Yep.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that my best buddy that died, this has been about 4 years ago now, I would be willing to bet that the shit that he bought had fentanyl in it.
Yep.
I mean, fuck, we just found out there was another one the other day. Oh, Gangsta Boo. Remember Gangsta Boo? The rapper, the female rapper. It just came out today that hers was a fentanyl overdose. Prince was fentanyl. He thought he was taking Percocet. He was taking pills that said Percocet on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But they didn't have
yeah.
Percocet. It was fucking fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tom Petty, fentanyl.
Yep.
Dude, it's
Mac
killing
Miller.
so many. Mac Miller, it's killing so many fucking people, man. And until it happens to somebody that you love, I mean, they're not doing shit about it. Like, it's going to have to happen to somebody very powerful.
But what do
Yeah.
you do about it at this point?
It's not gonna stop, dude.
No.
It's not like I
So
mean,
rampant now.
it's crazy that they're asking for just straight heroin back. Like they're just like fucking stop the fentanyl.
Yeah.
Just make the real heroin, dude.
Yeah.
Give me the heroin back.
I'll
Yeah.
pay extra.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
Because
That's
the
like
heroin,
Pepsi with sugar.
because I mean, the heroin is much less likely to kill you than the fentanyl is,
Yeah.
man. But that shit is just so cheap to produce,
Yep.
and I guess apparently
The
very
blues,
easy
man.
to produce.
The fucking 30 milligram
Mhm.
blue
Yeah.
oxys, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting, but it was just pressed fentanyl.
Yeah.
And you can fake it too. So like half the time I didn't know what the shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was
Yeah.
taking.
And then at that point, you don't know how much of it you're
Nope.
taking.
No.
Nope.
It's fucking Russian roulette, bro.
Dude, I fucking hit 2 lines and fucking went to work. Going 70 miles an hour down the highway,
Yeah.
fucking OD'd.
Yeah.
Obviously not lines like, coke lines, whatever. But like,
Do you remember the wreck?
I don't remember the wreck. I remember them pulling me out of my truck.
Yeah.
And then, just like kind of I was just in and out. I kind of remember sitting in the ambulance.
Yeah.
Got to the got to the hospital, same thing, in and out. They run some tests on me, and then finally, kind of when I came to, we were coming back to my room, fucking 2 Columbia PD officers in my hospital room. They're like, "Here's a ticket for or
DUI.
my tag. No, my tags were expired. That's all they gave me a ticket on, just expired tags.
Anything
Totaled
they could
my
get.
truck.
Yeah.
I was taking the North 63 ramp off of Highway 70, and dude, I thank God every day that I did not hit anybody. You know.
Yeah.
That's another thing we need to get on though. Whatever. You know, whatever created us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
We can cool
I
it down
didn't-
with that.
We will cool it down. With
I
that.
did not hit anybody. I took that. I guess I must have OD'd on that exit ramp, and I went across. I don't know how fast I was going, but I jumped down that embankment right by Bob Evans.
Yeah, I know
Steak
where
and
Bob
Shake right
Evans
there.
is.
Yeah, I know
yeah.
right where you're at.
And fucking truck stuck in the ground, like dove and stuck in the ground,
Yeah.
like a javelin, javelin. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
That's how I always tell it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
did you have your seatbelt on?
Nope, did not.
And
I
you
woke up in the
fucking
back of my
survived.
truck in the floorboard. Don't know how.
Jesus Christ, man.
Don't know. Crazy. And you know
you're lucky, dude.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
Something saved your ass.
For sure. And the only thing, I mean, I got pictures of it, but like, you know, these scars on my face, that was the only thing that I had. I was in a neck brace for a couple of days, but man,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and the people at the hospital, you know, like, what were you taking? Because they did test my blood or whatever, and obviously I had fentanyl in me, but I had a script from I don't even know how long ago it was.
Yeah.
And then I proved them I had that script still, and I always kept it for that reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they couldn't bust you.
But yeah, man, bad shit. I would
Yeah.
not wish that. I would not wish addiction on my worst enemy.
Mm-mm.
It's
Me
I was
neither,
dropping $500-600 a week on that shit,
Damn.
doing just not anything for free. Though I wasn't.
Yeah.
I would not steal. I was a functioning addict. You know. I
Yeah.
had a.
Yeah.
I was a functioning addict too.
Yeah.
Like I could pretty much keep it together on the outside. Like my family knew that I was fucked up. You know, like the people close to me knew that I was fucked up. But on the outside, I was, I could function.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely hit it well.
Yeah. A
yeah,
lot of
but
people
if it-
do.
If
Just a
it
lot of
wasn't
us.
for my family being there, I definitely
Sames.
would not be here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sames. The thing that saved my life, man. Literally, the thing that saved my life was an alarm clock, because when I OD'd, my girlfriend at the time, her alarm clock went off so she could go to work, get ready for work that morning, and it woke her up, and she saw me in bed, and my fucking lips were blue. If that alarm clock wouldn't have went off, dude, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Damn.
God damn, dude.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, and that's not the only one of those I've had.
Right.
I've
right.
had more of those.
Yeah.
You know. So
But it's just like
we're here though, bitches.
yeah, you gotta want to get clean, man.
Yeah,
And
for
I'm
sure.
a wholeheartedly believer. I wholeheartedly believe that if you take methadone and medical marijuana, you can get off anything.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care what you're on.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
You just gotta want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
I mean, I've seen a lot of that recently. People that are trying to get off opiates, there's a lot of like rehab places now that are giving people cannabis to help ease withdrawals from getting
It's
off
an
of
exit
opiates,
drug,
man. Yeah.
It is absolutely an exit drug.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I mean, fuck, I talk to people that I run into in the line at the dispensary, or certain employees at that dispensary that have had injuries and addictions and things that I've talked to, and yeah, man, I've never found somebody that was like, yeah, man, fuck, I never should have got on that weed, because then I never would have got on that fentanyl. Like,
Right.
nobody says that,
Right.
man. Like
come on.
And you never hear where somebody smoked and OD'd because their weed was
Yep.
laced with fentanyl.
Yeah.
dude, that's
So
one of my
many people
least.
talk about that.
That's oh my god, I hear that so often that
Aren't
they're
you
putting
worried?
fentanyl in people's weed.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, come on,
Right.
man.
No,
Like,
man.
Nobody's wasting that money.
nobody does that, man. Nobody does that.
Or like-
sorry,
like during
people are willing to
Halloween.
pay good money for fentanyl. They're not just gonna start popping it in people's
Right.
weed. Like, here you
Right.
go.
Or like getting a bunch of kids on it, Halloween. Like, here's some fentanyl Snickers.
Come back and see me, boys.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mommy, I want to go to that house.
Well, I mean,
ridiculous.
these are also the parents that worry because the school teacher's going to fuck their kids, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God, I wish I would have had that teacher
Tell
in
me
school.
about it.
Female, I mean. Boys, let's take a quick break. I gotta pee. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We'll cool it down right after this.
On the old 77.
Bitches.
11 world-class contenders. Take them down with your controller, beat them all, and you've got a shot at Tyson's title. But for that, you've got to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Maybe. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're going.
Is this happening, Scotty?
This is happening,
This
man.
is happening. We couldn't cool it down now?
We are.
Oh. Well,
We were.
easy.
We
Those
were.
hits do lie. You will throw one out. Okay.
Welcome back, folks. This is the old 77. We are cooling it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Final segment of the show.
Oh, my God.
Unless you are
a Patreon
subscriber, then this is the second to last segment of the
That's
show.
right.
Yeah.
The penultimate, if you will.
The penultimate. God, I love that word, penultimate. You ever use that word, Caleb, in a penultimate?
never heard that
Penultimate is the one before the last.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
One
like
before the last.
it's called the penultimate.
Yep.
Yeah. So we used to do trivia a lot on the show, and every time we would get to the next to the last question, me and Scott would have a lot of fun saying that this is the penultimate question.
Yes.
Just because we like that word. So let me ask you, Caleb, if one were to give you trivia,
Oh, God.
what would be your area of expertise? Like, what do you think you would do very well on in a trivia?
Jeez.
I mean, weed. You seem to know a lot about
Weed,
that.
I guess, man. Yeah.
Terps?
Drugs.
There's drugs in general.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot about drugs too, but I think it's.
Do you?
Yes, I
Wouldn't
do.
have guessed.
Huh?
Dave's our guy for a reason.
I
man.
know a lot about drugs, man. I read books about that shit. I think that drugs are useful if you use them in the right manner.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean,
it's
no, I
to
believe you.
enhance life.
Yes.
It's to enhance
It will
this.
teach you to see things in a different way. It will teach you to have empathy for people.
Right.
Drugs, certain drugs, I think, can be beneficial, but you have to respect the drug and you have to take it in the right way and you have to do your research and drugs are good, boys.
Moderate.
We were
man.
lied to. We were lied to.
Dare. Man, Dare. I mean,
Dare fucked us up.
Oh,
I'm
that was
still
bad. That was a
recovering.
horrible
Dude.
program.
Man.
Horrible program.
Still around.
introduced. It literally just introduces all the kids.
Yeah.
This
So
is
you
what
got all
drugs
these.
are.
Yeah, I
these
remember
are
them
all
talking
these
about.
drugs.
I remember in like fourth grade them talking about LSD and how you might be looking at the wall, but the wall might be melting. And I was like, really? Where do I sign up?
Right.
Yeah.
You might see a dragon. Fuck it, I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, you will not see a dragon. if
You
you
don't
take
know
acid.
that, Dave.
Man.
You gotta take a lot of acid.
the stigma
But see,
behind
so then you
acid,
can.
dude.
Yeah, if you take some DMT.
So it can happen with acid if you take a
Yeah.
lot of it?
I mean, a shit
Dude.
ton of it.
yeah. So much lysergic.
So much.
It can't,
Yeah, like,
but when it does.
If you want to see dragons, you should take DMT.
Right.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, but
Right.
like the dude on the street, has he got DMT?
Do you want to
Your
see a
brain
dragon?
has DMT, bro. Your brain produces
It does,
DMT.
just a little bit. I do
Everything.
know that.
Every
Well, how
night
do
when
I
you
tap into that?
every night when you dream, you tap into that DMT,
Yep.
but you tap into a very small amount of it.
Yep.
When you're born, your brain releases DMT. When a woman gives birth, her brain releases DMT, and when you die, your brain releases DMT, which is what some people think is responsible for the whole near-death experience thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I mean, everybody's gonna see something different. You know,
Yeah.
everybody you're gonna.
but at the same
see-
time, people also like see the same shit
Right,
over and over
right,
again,
right.
man. Like the gnomes, the what do they call them? The
Oh, you guys were talking about this earlier.
not the clowns. The jesters? Like
Yeah. There's like the three being like with DMT.
Yeah.
Like they're like the three beings or whatever. You know, I haven't gotten there yet. You
Yeah.
know, but
I have never done DMT. I just have read a lot lot it.
Yeah.
I mean I've only done it once, and I mean.
Did you have a breakthrough
Man,
experience?
No.
Yeah.
No. I didn't. I was too in my head, man. Like I was not.
you went into
I
it with a mindset?
I didn't let it just.
Were you
be.
resisting?
I was way and
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot. I didn't want to take a lot. Like, It took me a long time to even get into acid. You
Yeah.
know, like I didn't.
You've heard so much
shit,
about
dude.
it that you're scared. You know.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
a whole story. And then finally, I was just like in a. You know, I was at the height of my addiction with my other shit, but like,
Yeah.
I was like, it's not gonna kill me. Like, I'm doing shit right now that'll kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So like with this, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's not
And
going to kill you.
I wholeheartedly believe everybody should try it once, just once. And my only regret with acid was I didn't take a full tab the first time I took it. I took a half, then another half.
Yeah.
Take a full one, man, and
Yeah.
just
Have the full
just
experience.
Let it be, dude. Like you will look at shit
Oh, they're
so
nothing,
much
baby.
differently.
Yeah.
So
But, you
much
know, you can
different.
also
Dave's
take the
motto.
opposite
That's
approach.
Dave's credo.
Yeah.
All
But
or
you can
nothing.
also take the opposite approach. Like some people, I think they might be better just to start out with a teeny microdose first.
True.
Get over that anxiety.
And especially if you're very susceptible to drugs.
Or if you're like very weary of it because you've been fed bullshit about
Yeah,
what,
that too.
what
Right.
mushrooms or LSD is. Because
Yep.
mushrooms or LSD has never killed anybody.
And you can
Ever.
always take more. You
Yeah,
can't
you can.
take less.
True that. And the same with edibles, folks. While we're here, same with edibles. Just in case you're listening. Yeah. No. You know, they made some big chart a long time ago that like ranked all the drugs on like you know from the safest to the most dangerous.
Yeah.
And mushrooms, psilocybin, actually ranked above cannabis. That's how safe mushrooms are. They're not going to kill you, bro.
Right.
They're not going to kill you.
Yeah.
No, but the fungus will mutate in your body, take over, and turn into, you know,
And contrary,
zombie apocalypse movie.
contrary to popular belief, you
On
probably
crowd.
are not going to feel the urge to jump off your roof thinking you're going to fly either.
Right.
You got to
Right.
take a lot of that
Yeah,
shit.
where
Dude,
did
I
that-
don't know.
where did
I'm
that
a huge
come from?
Superman
Well,
fan.
the CIA, and this is
might.
you can look this shit up, man. The CIA gave
Yeah.
large amounts of acid to Charlie Manson.
Speaking of,
Oh, look what happened to
I've
him.
heard a lot
Yeah,
of
Yeah, he
that.
turned out all right.
Nothing but good stuff.
Yeah. Well,
He's
here's
able
what they
to
did though.
hypnotize people.
They were
Ted
using that.
Kaczynski?
They were using it for mind control because
It worked.
A person
Well, the Unabomber-
under the influence of
just died.
psychedelics, in the
By
right
his own
environment,
hand.
they can be very
He
suggestible
suicided.
to very susceptible to suggestion.
Thanks, Obama.
So if you get a guy like Charlie Manson around a bunch of like little hippie chicks and they're all on acid and they start feeding those people bullshit, yeah, they might believe it.
well, yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Always
But he
go
was
after the
able-
hippie chicks for anal.
He was able
I believe
to,
anything.
you know, make you or hypnotize people essentially, but like make you feel like if you've ever taken, you know, Molly or cocaine or whatever, like Charles Manson, he was able to like make you feel that again, even you know, sitting right here, like
Yeah.
without the drug.
Yeah, he
You know,
was
he
very.
There you go, bud.
That's insane. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's how crazy powerful our brains are,
Yeah.
man. Like, you're able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Right.
How? Tell me how. You know, like, you know, some smartest minds in the world. How?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
He's dead, isn't he?
Charlie
Manson?
Manson? Yeah.
Yeah, he's not been dead that long though. I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If I remember right, one of his wives that he'd married in jail, like, was petitioning to get the remains.
His remains.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know why.
that's,
Do you stuff a guy like that and throw him in the corner? I mean,
I mean,
He
wh-
died
I
in
wonder-
2017.
Yeah,
so
not that
it's
long ago.
Wow.
been a while.
Not that long.
Not 5 years?
Well, no, that's
6
like
years? 5 years?
7 years.
6 years? 7 years? Whatever.
6.
Still, though.
Yeah,
gosh
that's great.
darn
What do
it,
you think
he
of
never
Charles
get-
Manson?
In 2017.
He never did get that pesky swastika removed from his forehead either.
I feel like they didn't give his wife the remains. Like, why? You
No,
know,
probably
he
not.
was such a, you know, figure to the government. Like,
Right.
why would, you know, like, why
Would
wouldn't
just be
they
a
take
worship
his
spot.
brain and do some?
Oh, they
Oh, I'm
could've.
sure all of
Reverse-
that. I'm sure all
yeah,
of that was
study that shit.
Yeah. You know,
Behind
like,
closed doors.
Yeah, because that guy was. There was something wrong with him. Clearly.
there was already a whole proven it was a conspiracy, but then it was true
Yeah.
about the U.S. government, and they were taking
Well-
bodies from, you know, buying bodies and
Oh, yeah, for sure.
using it for tests and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
There's somewhere in Oregon where there's a trail. There's like 30 acres or something where there's
It's a
bunch
body
of
farm.
Yeah, they just have a bunch of cadavers like
Yeah.
in various states of decay.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
So
Yep.
literally, yeah.
And then
There's
they
like a documentary about
Yeah.
it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just put a cage around you so animals don't get to
right,
you.
and then they do the
Just
forensics
like
on
out
it.
in the
yeah.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
top of the ground.
It's a
You
body
are
farm.
out. You're out in the open.
And
Yeah, to
students
see
and
how-
like students will go there. Students that are learning how to, you know, do.
So like if
Whatever.
a
Crime
dude's
scene
going to be an
investigation.
ME somewhere in like LA and they find somebody, you know, who's been decomposed for say 6-7 weeks or whatever, they've seen it it on this body farm, and that's where they go to train. So they can kind of like,
Dude, it's fucking
and then
nuts.
they learn like, oh, well, the bugs get to it, and then I can get this so long, and I can tell it, a cause of death, and it's like, get the fuck out of here.
What
Dude.
kind of bugs come in at certain parts
larva,
of the decay?
what stage it's in.
Yes, that's how they judge it,
Yeah.
is what stage the larva is in. It's fucking, dude, I watched that. That was fucked up.
There was some creepy motherfucker at some point was like, I gotta know. I
got
gotta
an
know.
idea.
I mean, everything, though. I mean, that's with everything.
Well, shit, like Albert Einstein, he didn't want his brain examined. They still did it.
Oh, of course.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I didn't
for
know
sure.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they wanted.
Yeah, his
he didn't
brain's
want
in it.
that.
Wasn't that the whole thing? Like Einstein's brain is missing or something?
They got half.
Oh, no, I think I did hear about something like that.
Yeah.
They're doing something now, like with, they can take your brain and slice it up into like 1 million pieces or whatever and download it to a
hard drive?
USB drive, like download your
fuck
memories.
That. No, I don't want that.
Like that's what they're like.
It's gonna be a lot of masturbation memories in mine.
Yeah.
Having a whole section.
You want to preserve something for the grandkids.
all these thumb drives just
Let's
labeled
look what Grandpa
masturbation.
Dave used to look at.
Don't sign me up for that one,
Yeah.
folks. Yeah.
I'm gonna skip that.
So like what I saw is like they're gonna have little like plug-ins on your grave site, where they can keep your
QR
USB
codes?
and they just
Got
plug
it.
you in and then they can like talk to you or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's
We're
gonna
not
be
that far
something-
away from that.
Well, I think it's going to be something like that, but it's going to be controlled by Amazon, and you're going to upload to the cloud, and you're going to have to pay for stuff after you're dead if you want the good
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
Right.
it's a
Your
trial.
family can come
7-day
visit.
trial.
Yeah, man.
If all your family goes, then you just kind of wander around.
Shit's about to get really weird. It's already really weird.
It's gonna get worse.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
I
going to get
hope.
worse.
Hey,
Well, do you still believe in God when you know there's an afterlife, like something
Man,
like that?
honestly, just my interpretation. Here's my thing. Like, I'm kind of agnostic. I believe that obviously there was something had to have made this shit. Something had
Oh,
to
yeah.
have had a hand in putting this together.
Yeah.
Was it a white dude with a beard? Absolutely not.
Probably not.
Like, you're gonna tell me this dude was from
Mexican.
freaking over in Egypt?
Yeah, biggest
wherever. And this
biggest
dude's-
miracle Jesus ever performed was being a white dude from the Middle East.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, come on, dude. There's no way.
Come on,
There's
man.
no way. But there has to be something that we are too small, man. We are way too small in the grand scheme of things.
What do you think
And
about the simulation theory? You think it could all be a computer simulation?
maybe I don't go
Could
that
be.
far,
You guys
but
are all
like
robots.
at the same
Take you all out,
time,
starting with Dave.
fuck, dude.
That's what
RoboCop?
that's what Elon Musk thinks. He thinks that he says that the chances that we are not in a simulation are way smaller than the chances that we are in a simulation.
I don't know.
I think it would be more like the string theory.
Yeah, string
Like,
theory.
Yeah, like, different dimensions as far as, like we're all in the same area, just not, we can't see that.
That's what I think UFOs are. I think UFOs can occupy other dimensions that we can, and that they are able to blink in and out of this dimension.
Well, I mean, with this, this thing that happened in Vegas.
Yeah,
or
we
whatever.
talked about that
Like,
last
Oh,
week.
that was just like a lamp, like a street pole.
You're
that
full of
Dave
shit,
believes it's
motherfucker.
a fucking, it's a 8-foot-tall UFO.
No,
yeah,
it was an
that
8-foot-tall
one.
alien, bro.
Oh, sorry,
Between
alien.
8 and
No,
10
but,
feet.
but for
one?
real though, they had video from
a
the
lamppost?
lumber yard because it was like a construction yard, and they showed something circular sitting down in the gravel, and then like afterwards there was like an indention, like where something heavy had sit in the ground, circular.
But then they also went on Google Earth and found an image of that same lot from a year before that already had that same indention in it. And trust me,
So-
it kills me to say that because I want to believe.
It did,
Right.
didn't it? That
Yeah.
hurt a little.
The only thing
Good
that gets
job,
me
buddy.
now, I
Proud
just
of you.
watched
Thank you,
this
buddy.
video today. They went back and
They installed surveillance cameras on the property.
Yeah,
that
I
the
saw
Las
that.
Vegas
I
Police
didn't see
Department
shit.
did.
yeah. Well, no,
I didn't watch
some
the video.
news station called the dude that initially whatever,
Yeah.
and he's saying now he's like, blah blah blah. I just want to forget about this and move on. You guys need to just forget about it and move on. Like,
Yeah.
And if you really saw something,
That same kid really put a video out on YouTube describing everything that happened.
yeah.
You know
There's a
what?
video
but
on
if-
YouTube
I think
now.
the
If he's
government's
saying-
already got to
Yeah, I
his
was gonna say if
ass.
he's saying that now,
Yeah.
Right, that's
Yep.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
So
now they're-
something
It's
had to have happened.
It's
The most-
forget about it, guys.
The most recent
Please.
story I
Right.
read today, because I get on Google every day and I type in UFO and I look up the latest shit, and especially this past week. 'Cause
always
there's been
right. That's
so
what Abe
much
Lincoln
UFO
said.
shit that's come
Google.
out in this past week.
Yeah.
And
So you believe everything on
supposedly now that whole family is like locked down in their house because they're afraid to leave their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, dude, those are huge claims.
they're already seeing,
And the fact that the
Men in
cop-
Black type people
Yeah.
Yeah,
at their
yeah.
property. Like that one dude that saw like the giant on the mountain and then went up and started to investigate, blah blah blah, this and that, and like died like a month later
Yeah,
or
I heard about
something.
that.
Like he was like, dude, there's fucking giants out here, man. And like he went up there and there's some dude.
I hope he said it just like
sitting there.
that too.
Dude, bro.
Guys out here, man.
There's a little fucking fly in here that's pissing me off.
I know he's been getting me too.
Yeah.
He's been
Little
fucking with me
bastard.
too.
Thought you guys were trying to high five there for a
That's
second.
probably a
yeah.
reincarnated giant.
Yeah, no, probably.
Yeah. He said enough of this shit.
Oh, I'm gonna have you talking about my giant brethren.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing, like reincarnation.
I totally believe in reincarnation because
I
I've
do too.
studied it. I've read
Yeah.
books about it, man, and there's examples. We've talked on this show several times about James Leninger, who was this kid that kept having these reoccurring dreams that he was
World War II
World War II
fighter
fighter pilot.
Yeah.
You know that story?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Like
Very fucking
And
crazy.
how old is he? Like four or
Well,
five
now
or
he's like
something?
in his 20s, but when he
Yeah.
started having
Yeah.
the dreams and the recurring shit, that he was like 2, 3. He would wake up in the
He's
middle of the
about
night.
mid-20s now.
Yeah, he would wake up in the middle of the night screaming, "Plane on fire! A little man can't get out."
Yeah.
He kept waking
Yeah.
up and screaming that, and his parents were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And then like he started giving them information, and they were like, "Fuck, this is very specific information.
So they started
Maybe we
checking
should
it.
research
He
this."
was like able, and like when they brought him to like some hangar or whatever, or some
Yeah, like a-
museum or
like a
something,
museum
he was able to
and-
like point out every single plane.
He was
and
telling
blah,
them
blah, blah.
like the different parts of the
Right.
planes and shit, and he was able to give what his name was. He was able to give the co-pilot's name.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to give the type of plane that they were in, and that they were shot down by the Japs. I mean,
Yep.
that's some very specific shit that this kid
Right.
knew. And the University of Virginia has a whole fucking department dedicated to reincarnation with hundreds of other cases that they believe, are
Yeah.
legit.
There was
I believe
another
in it.
one. Yeah, there's another one, and like some, like Mexican or, down in Mexico or whatever, and like some kid, had been born, blah blah blah, came back and supposedly called out the person that murdered him
Wow.
in the past life. Like
Wow.
went to this village, like brought his family to this village and basically called out the person that murdered him in his past life.
Wow.
And went to like his wife and the
Dude.
kids and whatnot. And this kid's like, 8-10 years old or whatever, how old he was,
Yeah.
and was able to
Like prove the case and shit?
prove this, and they arrested him.
Ah.
And I don't know
Jesus
where it
Christ.
happened.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know if it
Oh,
was even
that'd
in
be
Mexico.
awesome.
It was some, wherever. But
That's
like,
a dope story.
dude,
Yeah.
there's something going on, man.
Yeah, no, I like my journey has been interesting because like when I was younger, I believed in reincarnation. I believed in God or higher power. Then I went through like a very atheistic, agnostic phase. Then I had an episode of sleep paralysis, and
Is that what changed you?
that was like the catalyst that got me back into studying like reincarnation and also UFOs and shit like that.
So what?
Do you know anything about sleep paralysis?
I mean, kind of. Like I know. Yeah, I know what it is. And
Yeah.
like as far as
You ever had
being
it?
able to like control your dreams, like yeah. I mean, yes and no. Like whenever I get it and I can't move, like I wake up, like I'll feel myself trying to yell, like,
Yeah.
and I'll wake
Oh,
up
yeah.
like,
Yeah, but you can't get it out. Yeah.
yeah, and I'll wake up, my heart's pounding or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But like full, and I can feel, like I can see it in my dreams and whatnot. I can feel it.
Yeah.
But like I've never let it play out.
Yeah.
Like I've never just laid there. You know, I've tried to do the whole controlling your dreams
Yeah.
aspect of it.
That doesn't
Have
always
you heard
work.
about the? Have you ever heard about like the shadow being aspect of it that people see?
I mean, I know
Was
like
the Man
shadow
in Black?
people.
There's a
What
movie
was
that
it?
you need to watch, bro. It's called The Nightmare. So let me share my sleep paralysis
Already starting
story
off
with
great
you.
title.
And I will keep it short because these guys have already heard it. But
Yeah, I know.
so like maybe 8 years ago, I was still living in Jeff City at the time. I was asleep next to my wife in bed, or I was falling asleep. My wife was already asleep.
It'll be Huckleberry.
I got to the point where I was just about to fall asleep, and all of a sudden, like, I was jolted awake, and my eyes were opened. The lights were off in our bedroom. Our bedroom door was cracked just a little bit, so you could see like the ambient light coming from the hallway. So I'm jolted awake, and I don't know how to like explain it other than that like I sensed that something was in my house, like a very evil presence. And so at that, and bear in mind, I was an atheist at this time, so I did not believe in any of this shit. And so then I start to see out of the corner of my eye, because my eyes were the only thing I could move. I could not move my body at all. And I was doing the same thing, like trying to yell or scream or move. I couldn't do any of that shit. And so I start to see this like outline of a figure, like a blacker than black, like shadow silhouette of like a humanoid. And it came into my room. My wife, again, was right next to me asleep while this was happening.
Wake your ass up, defend me.
So this thing like walks into my room, walks down to the end of my bed, and I could physically like feel the sensation of its hands like touching my feet, and then slowly it walked down like to the head of my bed. The whole time I can't move and I'm fucking freaking out. And then it slowly, when it got to the head of the bed, it slowly lowered its head down. So where his eyes were like maybe 3 or 4 inches above where my eyes were. And it was fucking terrifying. And the whole time, not only was I able to experience it from my point of view, but like I was able to like leave my body and also experience it from like a third person point of view as well. And then, like, I can't even tell you, like, how the experience ended.
Could you move the third-person view?
I was able to move my consciousness. Like, I was able to move... Oh, you mean, like, the point of view from the third person?
Like where you're like...
Can you, like,
rotate.
Yeah.
I think so.
So instead of, like, looking over, like, the right shoulder, could you, like, move to, like, a more frontal view?
Sure,
Or
sure.
to see?
Sure.
And I wonder if, like, that entity, like, could feel that presence of you. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, what would have been fucked up is if, like he was like, or whatever, it was like right above you looking at you. And then
What if you knew that entity?
Like, switched to like, from being right there to being up here.
But
and then
somehow...
it like fucking look up at you.
Yeah.
Insidious.
But the crazy thing is, like, I was kind of able to do both simultaneously, which is fucking
But
weird.
what if
I
it was
know.
like fucking like looking at you, like, you were like
Like,
up here and then you were down here.
Like, as soon as, like, you switched, it just looked like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, dude,
Okay,
like, would be
fuck that
some
body.
fucking
Okay,
crazy
so
shit, man.
that's
Swim
the first
away.
part of the story.
Swim
Sorry,
away.
The first part of the story is that, but the second part of the story is that when that happened, I didn't fucking tell anybody about it, not even my wife, because I thought I was fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I would have
Okay.
slept next to you.
So then, like, a year later, I'm fucking clicking around on Netflix one day, and I find this movie called The Nightmare, and it's a documentary, and I fucking watch the documentary, and this is shit that happens to people all over the world, and it's been happening to people for thousands of years. Like, every different culture on the planet has a different name for this thing. We call it sleep paralysis. And it was only after
Like,
I
shadow
watched
people.
that movie that I realized, like, holy fuck, I'm not crazy. Like, this is some shit that happens to lots of people. And then the trippy part of that for me was like, well, fuck, well, then it's real. Like,
Right.
how do you, like, you can't, like, the way science explains sleep paralysis is that your body is still your body is still asleep, but your brain is awake. You're still in like REM sleep mode. But if that were the case, man, like,
So are they trying to say it's all a dream?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is
But how
like
is- it's
if
not a
that were the
dream if your
case,
body-
like
if your
why
brain's awake.
why does everybody see the same shit? Like like everybody that has this experience, they see these shadow beings, and then there's one in particular that has like the outline of a fedora hat. They call him the Hat Man.
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is. the
I've
Hat
heard of
Man.
that.
Yeah.
So
see,
could
like,
it be
what
a
if that's,
release
like-
of DMT?
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it.
You know,
But then why is it so similar to each person? Like, why are multiple?
Why does every person
Here's-
see the same
so,
cast
like,
of characters?
What if it's kind of more on the line of like the
Low
string
budget.
theory, and like when we fall asleep, like we're able to enter a different
dimension
per se, you
Yeah.
know, and it's kind of the same dimension as far as what our human brain can reach.
Yeah.
you
Or
know.
there's like some crossover between those
Right.
dimensions.
or only parts of the human brain are asleep.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, the whole like 10% of the human brain is all we can use. Is
Yeah.
a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
it's
they don't
like,
know.
Yeah,
They're guessing.
Well,
Yeah.
we do spend a third of our lives asleep, so
Yeah.
there's got to be something there. I mean,
Something's
it's
there.
like it's just like with meditation, you know, like and the Indians and how they used to do their whatever, you know.
Oh, there's a monk now somewhere in India who is doing the self-sacrificing mummification thing. No,
really?
not this one. but
I'm down here.
but they've got to do it like this, you know. Their hands they just mummify as they sit there.
That's what you call it. Self
What?
self
Yeah, and
It's
they
like
have
a
to-
self-mummification
Yeah, they have
thing.
to like drink and eat a bunch of or not a bunch, but like a specific thing.
Yeah, I think they
for,
get like a
like,
fig leaf a
months.
day and like a thimble of water, and they just roll on.
Because you gotta mummify you from like the inside out, essentially.
Fucking.
It's the
So, like,
living
hey,
mummification.
yeah.
Ain't gonna say it.
That's hardcore, man.
And these
That's
guys,
fucking dumb.
these guys
Respect.
No.
try to enter nirvana. They want to leave the physical form.
Did you guys hear about that statue? That statue that they found of like a
The mummy
Buddhist
in it?
monk, and then on the inside there was an actual
There was an
fucking
actual Buddhist monk. Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
yeah. Did
Shit
you
is
hear about
crazy,
that?
man.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
I really back in the Egyptian days, there had to have been some sort of insane technology that we can't even fathom, dude.
Agree.
Like
I think there's a forgotten technology
and
that's
like
out there.
the
Absolutely.
whole like with the whole Bible and like the Ark of the Covenant, like I think like that whole Ark shit is part of like
Like a technological
powering
thing?
on the pyramids or
You think
something.
the pyramids were big power generators?
Something, dude. They're
That's a very
like,
popular
why the
theory,
fuck
and
are
it
they gonna
makes
build
sense.
that? Why are they gonna build that?
We still couldn't build
Shits
it
and
today.
giggles.
Right.
Did you know
I don't
this?
Same reason I built sandcastles.
Do you know
I
this
want
about
mine
the
to be bigger
pyramids?
than the other guys.
Let me tell you this about the pyramids.
Oh,
So-
here we go.
The Great Pyramid. If you could imagine a perfect sphere
Sphere.
going
You said
around the Great
spear.
Pyramid, and if the Great Pyramid went into the ground like this, and you could imagine building a perfect sphere around it,
Sphere.
that sphere
There you go.
is a 1 to 42,000 model of the planet Earth. And it even accounts for the fact that the Earth is wider around the equator than it is from north to south.
So there's
Now, how
another
the fuck did
pyramid
the ancient
underneath.
Egyptians know the dimensions of the Earth?
Right.
Because according to what we've been
Googled it.
told,
Duh.
they shouldn't have. They
Fucking
shouldn't know.
dumbass.
They shouldn't
Yeah.
have known
Well,
what
yeah,
the
the
Earth's
exact
dimensions
coordinates
were.
is like the.
But at the same time, they could have gotten
circumference.
that from the width and the doing some sky navigating.
Ah,
they
they
could
got
have
fucking
gotten
lucky.
How are they going to sky navigate? They were supposedly using fucking copper tools and
Yeah,
walking
that's your
and
point.
using slave
Yeah.
labor.
But they were
and
also
shit.
looking up and making constellations, and somebody was recording those constellations. They were seeing how long it would take for the funky lion to eat the rabbit or whatever the
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
was going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So
in
you
the
think they
sky.
would be able to deduce the
No,
dimensions of the Earth from
no,
looking
but
at the sky?
I think if they looked at the sky long enough, they would get sacred geometry where they would have lines that they would be able to use. The
can see
Egyptians
that.
knew about ley lines too, so that was another thing. They would build things according to ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
They had no idea what the hell that was. They just saw it as lines of power that they would use.
They had to have had something. I mean,
They knew something that we don't.
the pyramid being literally the exact, dimension as the Earth or whatever it is,
Yeah,
the coordinates or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
It's a
you
scale
know?
model of the Earth.
Like what, dude?
Yeah.
And
Somebody
whatever
was
I
smart
saw,
with numbers.
Yeah,
that's
and the
for
fact,
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
like still to this day, I mean, these blocks were so perfectly placed that you couldn't stick a razor blade in between them.
Yeah.
and massive
line
and
to true north.
Weigh how much they weighed and like whatever they had to have like a 100-mile ramp or something to
Oh,
get
yeah.
to the fucking top of it.
They
or
still
obviously
they still have no fucking idea how they got all those.
yeah,
blocks
it's
there.
like if they.
I don't
thought
think it
how
was
they built
slaves
it
though,
or
bro.
anything.
I don't think it was
No.
slaves. Like
No.
I think some
What do
of
you think it
was
was? Aliens?
no,
Fucking
I don't
nerd.
think it was aliens.
I think it was hard work.
I
and
think it was like a
determination.
lost
Yeah.
civilization that had some technological shit that might be a little different than what we have.
Exactly.
But I think they were technologically advanced in some way.
Yeah, I mean that's a build of passion.
And then I think a fucking
There's
asteroid hit the
no-
Earth and nearly wiped everybody out, and we had to start over again.
That didn't seem like a build of passion. That seemed like a chance for economic opportunity.
Well, yeah, but like the precision though. Like
Yes.
and like
You don't get that
know,
precision
you're not,
from slave labor. I wouldn't.
No,
And
I'll give you
no,
that.
and not even like right now, people, if you love your job,
Maybe they did.
even that, like
We're lazy.
at
That's
some
the thing.
point you're not gonna be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but-
and so you're gonna just like go through the motions and not
Fuck
give
it.
a
I'm not.
fuck.
I'm not aligning this shit to True North today.
I mean,
I'm tired of carrying this rock, Grandpa.
Fuck
That's
these
too
ley
damn
lines.
bad.
there's no no mistakes in there. Like I think I know people fuck up at their job every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was a different
Even
life.
like building a
It
skyscraper.
was a different
too.
life
Yeah.
back then, though, because they believed that all of this was going to continue in the afterlife, and that this was the only guy that was going to get them safely there.
Yeah.
And
but
through
there's
it.
no coffins. There's no proof of
No.
that being a.
Well,
They never
Burial
found any
site.
sarcophagus in
Yeah.
the pyramids, and that's the whole fucking theory.
And
is that
then
that's
so
what
like
we're
yeah,
there
and then, like
for.
where the fuck are you going?
Where's
with
the bodies
afterlife?
at, bro?
But they're
You know what I mean?
they're finding new
new rooms.
new
rooms
chambers
all
and
the
shit.
fucking
Yes.
time.
So I actually read this thing that
Pyramid's so fucking
supposedly
huge.
they've already discovered everything there is to know about the pyramids, but they're just slowly kind of divulging that information to the world just to kind of keep it as something
fucking
to
garage
like,
for
distract.
UFOs.
Little drip
You know?
disclosure. That's what we call that.
trip,
I mean-
trip, disc. Oof.
You gotta
call it
think,
the R. Kelly
what's a
theory.
magician do, man?
Right.
That's the whole thing. You're looking over here, but what's this hand
Right.
doing?
A little bit at a time. Give it to them a
Like-
little bit at a time so they
Yeah.
can handle it.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Absolutely. About a half inch at a time.
Slow
Right?
and steady.
No.
So,
Jealous.
so what do you think, Caleb? Do you think aliens may have been involved in the pyramids?
Something, dude. Something. There's no way it was just us as humans.
I don't know,
There's no
man.
way.
Work
Like,
so
back
hard
then-
that
how
people
long ago
think
was
in the
it?
future that aliens did it.
Well,
See, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Like
People
how
were
long
different
ago
back
was
in the
it?
day.
Though? I know we might have not know all their technology and
Yeah.
shit. And
well, if you believe Egyptologists, it was like what 3,000-4,000 years
Yeah.
ago. But if you believe people like Graham Hancock and Robert Schoch, it was probably closer to like 12,000 years ago. Or
So that's what I'm
longer.
saying. We're
Yeah.
just
Well,
we're
yeah, I
judging
was gonna
this
say
off
we're
of
longer.
us. Like that's the thing. We're judging it off of how we look. These dudes could have been fucking yoked, bro.
giants.
Just
Well,
yeah,
they
giants.
probably
Serious.
they probably
That
were.
probably had to.
I mean,
had to have
like-
been the case.
What's that? Yeah, what's the like? Fuck. What's his name? Andre the Giant.
Okay,
You got
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dudes walking around like that.
Even bigger.
Yeah.
Even
You
bigger.
rock.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee that was
And
But
even
guys like that don't last long, though. The bigger they are, the faster they burn out.
for sure. But I mean, everything was more plentiful back then. Like I guarantee they had cattle running around all over the place. I mean,
Well,
it even
probably.
shows like, how, like, the environment changed
Right.
throughout the years. It went from lavish to just a.
Well,
fucking
That's the other
shithole
thing is that
desert.
supposedly that part of Egypt was like a rainforest at the time that
Yeah.
those
So see-
were
Yep.
constructed.
Yeah, I mean, you've
Yep.
got you don't know what kind of animals they had
It's a
back then
long
too.
time ago.
Right,
The
that's
only-
true.
Your ox could have been a fucking house cat.
Yeah.
My thing is like when they built these Sphinx, whatever.
Yeah, the Sphinx.
Yeah, it's like, how are you way up here, carving this shit out like a nose or an eyeball bigger than this room?
Yeah.
Like, how are you 200 feet in the air carving that out? Like, I know
'cause
you
there's
guys
a-
didn't have scaffolding.
Well, there's a
Right.
dude way the hell over there telling them how to do it. I guarantee it.
Caleb, do you know who Graham Hancock is?
I do.
Have you watched the thing on Netflix that he did called
Not
Ancient
that.
Apocalypse?
That's
no,
that's a
I've
good-
seen like snippets of it.
I like
you need
that.
to watch that. You would
Yeah.
dig that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one.
You would dig that. Yeah. Yeah, I love Graham Hancock, man. He's and he's into the whole like ancient Egypt thing. He's also like very big into like the UFO ET subject. He's also very big into psychedelics, which that's like the trifecta for me, man. If you got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
aliens and you got psychedelics and you got some fucking pyramids, bro,
Dave gets
I'm
moist.
in, man.
Yeah.
Like the
I am
dude-
Dave's
in
rock
that shit.
hard, cutting diamonds with
I
this
am in that
little
shit.
feller.
And Graham Hancock, man, like he does his research too, man. Like he has found a lot of parallels between the current experience that these supposed alien abductees have.
Yeah.
Like he's found a lot of parallels between that and like the fairy lore of like Ireland from thousands. Like like it's all connected. Just like different cultures have different names for it, you know, and they interpret it differently. But shit's been going on for as long as we've been recording history.
And I just saw something earlier or today, like his great grandfather or something had climbed the pyramid.
Well, Grant Hancock climbed the pyramid. Like 7 times.
But he found his
he
grandfather's
found his
signature or something.
Yeah. I remember
Imagine that.
Like-
And then he was like, I don't think this could be possible, but he had his
The
journal.
diary, yeah.
So he went back, and it was like, climb the Great Pyramid today.
Yeah. Fucking
Just
incredible,
Casually.
man.
Yeah, it was like hunted for stag, bred the whatever, you know, made beer, climbed the pyramid.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course. It's just a Tuesday.
Right,
Yeah.
slow
Average
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Have you watched his? Have you watched him when he's come on Rogan's podcast?
Again, I got seen snippets of it.
Yeah, those are really interesting.
Who has time to listen to all of Rogan's podcasts?
Yeah,
There's
nobody.
a lot of Rogan out there.
There
Nobody.
is, man.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm listening. I'm in the middle of the most recent one with Theo Vaughn right now because Theo Vaughn's funny.
I love Theo
Yeah,
Vaughn.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
The Protect Your Parks ones. Have you guys listened to those ones?
Mm-hmm.
It's called Protect Your Parks, but it's like him and Ari Shafir and a couple other dudes
Bert
that get
Kreischer.
together.
Have you heard
And
his?
Bert's not
Bert's not on that
he's
one.
not
No,
on the
Bert.
Protect Your Parks.
Podcast.
But like they're tripping shrooms like on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Like, just
Have you heard
clowning.
Ari's DMT trip?
I don't know. I've heard the story of Ari slipping Bert MDMA.
Nah, this is the one he was.
That's a good one. That's got Joey Diaz in it.
Oh, Joey Diaz.
I love
That
Joey
motherfucker.
Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this one was he.
Bert's wife still hates Ari for slipping him that
Oh, wow.
that MDMA.
I
Yeah.
mean, Ari's a straight druggie, dude.
He doesn't fuck around.
But yeah, no, he was like he did DMT and was like and he had an underwater family for like 6 months. He said he had gotten a whole job and a wife and kids and had his whole thing and I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah, it was
how
like
went.
like in his mind, it was like years.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
underwater. He was
Yeah.
like in this like pond or something,
Yeah.
and like the next thing you know is he was like somebody started coming down from up there, and he was like, I can't breathe up there, you know. He's like, I can't do it, you know, and he was whatever.
It's a funny fucking
Dude,
story.
yeah,
Wow.
man.
Have you ever fucked with salvia?
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
Do you guys know about salvia?
God, dude,
A little bit.
that
little bit.
viral clip that went like back in the day, that one kid that tripped his fucking balls off.
Yeah,
Like, there's
I
like,
left
like-
the universe for a while
Dude,
on that
no,
shit.
yeah, I don't do
Salvia
that.
is this plant. It's a type of sage, actually.
Okay.
And I think it grows in like the tropical parts of Mexico. I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, something
South
like that.
America, maybe.
Something like that.
But it's like highly psychedelic. And back in the day, it's not legal, at least not in Missouri anymore. But you used to be able to go to like a place like 60 store and buy this like highly concentrated extract of salvia leaves.
No shit.
One night I was at a party in Colombia, and dude had some of that shit, and he was like giving people hits of it for like $5 a piece. And I was like, sure, I'll do it, dude. I left this fucking plant. I cannot even begin to describe. Like, it was the most psychedelic thing I've ever done. Like, way more than mushrooms, way more than that. Not even close. Like, complete different fucking reality. And it was not pleasant. Like, I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, people do. You don't look like you're having fun on that
No,
shit.
and
just
then,
like, with Flocka.
most fucking people, most people that try salvia fucking hate it. But then there's those sick fuckers. There's always a few of them that love it because it's
Yeah.
so fucking weird and so like, yeah, it's
So far out.
It's
I mean,
it's
dude,
bizarre.
I've done a lot of drugs, man. I've done a lot of drugs, and I just
I've
can't
done a lot of drugs, man. Let's do
imagine.
You can't imagine doing the salvia thing.
Or even just like being addicted to that, or like air duster and fucking
Yeah.
even like
I knew
even
a guy
meth,
I knew a guy that
dude,
killed
like,
himself
God,
with the duster shit.
yeah, man. Like I've had somebody close to me on that shit too, man,
Yeah.
and it's like, what?
How do you
What
get-
do
how-
you get out of
How
that?
do you get there? Yeah. But then
Like,
again, man, like I used to inhale shit when I was a kid. I used to inhale gas. That shit'll make you trip.
Yeah. There's that one lady that had that.
It will, dude.
What was that episode? Or My
Oh, I
Strange
know it.
Addictions.
Yeah, My Strange Addiction.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
was she doing?
No,
Gas
she would keep
she
little
had
like
fucking
containers of gas around it.
everywhere, and she would just
Yeah.
huff gas all day.
all day.
And at the end, they would like tell you if you keep doing this, you're gonna, blah blah blah. Well, hers, it was like if you keep doing this, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever yeah. Hold on.
Wait, what'd you say?
Wait, say that again.
It was literally right. Like, okay.
Yeah, man. No, fucking gasoline is like highly psychedelic.
Because that was the same one. There was a chick who her husband had died, and she cremated him, and she kept him in a jar.
And yeah, she
ate
was eating him. Yeah.
She'd be like,
Ew.
"What? There's nothing wrong with it."
Oh,
well,
fuck.
there's
I
nothing.
can't fuck with that. I'm glad I don't watch that show. I'm
Or
just
like,
saying.
Did
man.
you ever
or like
watch,
the dude that was in love with the car?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Hold up.
I was
Hold
gonna
up.
say-
Hold up.
He
Yeah.
constantly polish it.
Hold up here.
Yeah, dude, they were just making love to this car.
Like,
It was like a
literally?
Monte Carlo.
Was he hitting the gas tank?
It was
Dude,
no tailpipe.
no.
It was a boy car too.
Was
Yeah,
he,
yeah,
was he
yeah,
a white
yeah, it
guy?
was,
Because if
it
he was a
was.
white guy, it was the gas tank. I guarantee.
Yeah.
It
No,
wasn't
he
the
would.
tailpipe.
I think he just said he was like just in it,
it was
naked
Chevy
and
Cavalier.
masturbating or something. Like he
Nice.
just masturbated.
Okay, well that makes sense.
But
Yeah.
what was his?
We're only
was it a-
weirdos do that.
Was it Chad? Was it Chad?
I
It'd
don't
probably be a Chad.
Chad.
Sounds like
like
something
it.
Chad would do.
A Chad or a Dave.
I've never met a Chad.
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 Oh man.
Dude.
My
You
kid's
ever
music
squeeze one out at
teacher.
work? Huh?
Oh,
You
yeah.
Going to the stall
Yeah,
at
it's
work
like
and
it's
squeeze
a-
one
it's a-
out? Come
it's
on,
a-
Biscuit. Let us
You've
know.
got to, man.
No.
Whatever.
Dude,
fucking
I ain't
liar.
scared. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
have.
not like at like the dispensary.
I worked at a
no,
golf
yeah.
course, and the head pro at that golf course used to pack a Playboy with him into the bathroom. He'd be in there for a good 15 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's for the articles, man.
we know.
Right.
We all knew. What he was
Yeah.
up
For
to
the
in there.
articles.
No, because he
Bro,
used to
we're-
complain about how he wasn't getting laid by his wife, so he would go into the bathroom and do his thing.
Just,
We all
yeah.
knew what he was up
Crank
to.
one on.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
the same place where we had the guy that had like the card for the DirecTV box where you could get all the porno channels. And so we would be in this fucking golf pro shop watching hardcore porn, and then some fucking 85-year-old lady would come walking in. We'd switch the channel off real quick to some golf channel shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you
Nah, it
know
helps
where I
make
work.
sales.
The bathrooms there?
Yeah.
No, not clean.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
you
They're
can do
clean, but there's a lot of rough dudes that walk in.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
No,
Sure.
I like
Yeah, I
my
guess there's a
clean
lot of
linen.
splinters at your job, isn't there?
Yeah,
You know?
it was just
Yeah.
a lot.
Do you like
of,
to lay down or
lot
do you
of
like to stand
lumber.
up?
Yeah.
I'm a layer downer.
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
I'll stand up if I have to. If times
I
are
don't
rough.
like that.
You also
like
throw it
that.
on your belly too, don't you?
Throw what on my belly?
You splooge on your belly.
Just let
Yeah,
it go
when I'm laying
everywhere.
down, I'll splooge on my belly. Unless I've got the flashlight.
Fucking
Hey.
Unless I've got the flashlight, then I splooge into the flashlight, bro.
I don't like. to
No,
clean
what
up,
do you
man.
spooge into? Do you put
No.
a? What do you let? What do you? If you're
I
laying,
don't. I'm a good Christian boy.
yeah. So you don't spooge laying down at all if you're by yourself.
He just rolls over to the side of the bed.
Where does the spooge go if you're laying
Just
down?
right off the edge of the bed.
I don't have to tell you these things.
Yes,
Dave.
you do.
I don't spooge on my
What do you
belly.
do?
I know that for
Yeah.
fucking
What do you do?
sure.
Do you stick a sock on the tip and catch it with that? What do you do? Paper towel?
Oh, you mean
I don't
Krusty
have-
the sock?
I don't
Yeah. He's
have
going to walk
socks
over
big
here in a
enough.
minute.
You go to the wife's dirty laundry? Huh? What
Oh,
are you doing?
no, I
huh?
don't
What are
do
you
that.
spooging on,
Just
buddy?
cracking
you
towels
yeah,
around.
yeah, dude, cracking towels, bro.
Hey, you know what? I almost never have the foresight to think about that shit before I whack it. I'm always
That
like,
is true.
I should have had a paper
You're
towel.
just a fucking deer in the
I
headlights.
should have thought about this.
Masturbate.
I should have thought about that, but you never think about that until after.
No,
it's
dude,
over.
you got to prepare these things. Set everything
I mean,
out.
I'll get a towel ready. You know.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
that's
don't
just
like
like,
to clean up.
yeah.
Maybe make a drink for afterwards, put some music on, light a candle.
I
Boys,
like to be
Gotta
wine
have
to
the
dine.
after one.
Boys,
after
I gotta
cigarette.
get out of here. I gotta say, it's time for me to go home.
Oh, yeah, it's getting past the bedtime.
I mean, hey, there's a
nobody's
bathroom
gonna
right
be
here.
at my house when I get home. Like my wife and my kids are camping this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm
So-
going to visit my sister again. I'm going to Arkansas again.
Nice.
To the same place where I saw Dave Matthews a few weeks ago, where I'm going to go see the
Who's she?
Very
the
nice to
Avid
bring that
brothers.
up right after we were talking about masturbating.
I know, right? I'm
I
switching
know.
that subject.
Going
real
to your
quick.
sister.
Yeah, so masturbating exclusion on.
Oh, he's headed to
We're
his
going to Arkansas.
Did I mention my sister looks like me?
That should make it easier, I guess. Right?
Makes it a little less awkward, right? Yeah, just pretend it's me the whole time.
Why do you keep calling me Dave? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You know, hey, you know how they have like those apps on Facebook where you can like see what you would look like as the opposite sex?
Yeah.
I never used to think me and my sister looked alike, and then I fucking did that app, and she did that app, and we looked exactly.
She got the
alike.
little beard thing and everything?
No, she doesn't have
Oh.
the beard. I mean, maybe down here.
I mean,
but-
full on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's just a little
You
Hitler
weren't expecting
down
that,
there.
were you,
Yeah.
Biscuit?
No, got me there.
She's just
Caught
got the
me
little
off
Hitler
guard.
down there.
Yeah. Have you guys ever listened to? Have you listened to Avett Brothers at all? Do you know the
Who?
Avett Brothers?
Who?
AVETT, the Avett Brothers.
Avett?
Avett Brothers. Yeah, that's who we're gonna go see.
Oh,
I
nice.
know who they are. I haven't really listened to them. I think they're like a kind of like a folky.
Yeah, they're kind of folky
singer
two-piece.
songwritery type shit.
no.
Yeah.
Both play guitar.
Caleb, what kind of music are you into, dude?
Man, I listen to Mac Miller
Yeah.
for the most
Oh,
part.
Mac is
dude.
your
Uh,
dude, huh?
like, yeah, pretty much.
I need to listen to some Mac. Like I think I would really dig him, and like if
Oh,
I got
man.
into his discography, I would probably
yeah.
really like
Oh,
him.
dude,
yeah.
it's
Mac Miller was good. Mac
What,
Miller was
which
good.
It
which,
got me
is,
through
which
some
album
shit,
should I
dude.
listen to first?
ooh, that's a good one.
There's one that I can something about clean up in the something aisle or something. What's that? What album is that one called?
Clean. What is that?
I'll
Is-
find it.
Is that one of those masterpieces? So Dave would be like, "Oh, you got to listen to." I don't remember who it was. He'd be like, "You got to listen to this dude. He's fucking Shakespeare."
Oh, no, I'm sorry,
And the
it's-
clip he played me, there was like 10 minutes of this dude going, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god,
I-
fucking
the one I was-
Shakespeare over here.
The one I was thinking of was watching movies with the sound
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
that a
gonna
good
say,
one?
That's a good one to start on.
Yeah, okay.
I also like. I mean, it kind of depends on
On your
where you're
mood.
at in your life, man.
Sure, sure.
Honestly.
Loud by Mac Miller is probably my ultimate favorite.
Oh yeah,
Is
that's
that a
one
song
of his.
title
That's
or
one
a
of his
album
old
title?
school ones.
Yeah.
That was shit. What was
How do you
it
feel
on,
about Kanye
Macadelic?
West, Caleb?
Man, dude, I don't keep up enough with him.
I feel like you have to
honestly-
keep up with that cat too.
Honestly, I'm big into like the, you know, if you're worth more than $20 million, that you're in that, you know, sacrificial club, you know, fucking the Illuminati. And
Sure.
his mom died from getting what,
Plastic surgery.
the nose surgery or something.
I think it was actually like a tummy tuck or something.
Yeah.
like something that people have died from, but like
Yeah.
Kanye West, his mom.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand it
Yeah.
happened. I mean, it wasn't like way back in the day, but it
Yeah,
was
but
after
he wasn't
already
rich
kind
back
of.
then.
He was. That was like.
Not
but
like he
that
is
was
now.
the sacrifice, man.
Mm.
That was
Yeah,
that
but he loved
sacrifice.
his mama, man. I don't think he would have sacrificed his
Yeah,
mama.
but I mean, you got to sacrifice somebody you're close to, though. You got to
But
sacrifice
he was
someone
already
you love.
famous at that point.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
but
wasn't,
to get that
like,
uber
wasn't really.
famous.
He was probably like
Yeah.
a B-list, maybe
No,
C or
dude,
B.
because that was when when Graduation was out. That was like
Yeah.
that was when he was at his
Yeah.
peak, man.
Yeah, but he went
Now
higher,
looking
though.
back, that was at his peak.
Yeah, because
But he's worth way more now than he was back then.
Well, Adidas dropped him, so maybe not so
And
much anymore.
now he's looking like a fool, and that's kind of what they do. You
Yeah.
know, like that's what the Illuminati does. You know, once you go off the edge, they make you look dumb.
Yeah.
And
Discredit.
yeah,
He went a little overboard on the Jewish
A
comments.
little bit.
But
He
then
got a
he
little
watched
overboard on
21 Jump
everything.
Street. Then he watched 21 Jump Street
Oh,
with,
yeah, I
with Jonah
forgot.
Hill and completely
Yeah, Jews are cool
renounced
now
his
thanks to
hatred of
Jonah
Jews.
Hill.
Did you hear about
No,
that?
I didn't know that. What?
He watched 21 Jump Street and had some big fucking epiphany.
What was he? Where? When? Like what?
This
scene?
was like I don't know. I don't think
Like,
I've
did
even
he
watched the
say
one
that?
with Jonah Hill. But yeah, that was the thing that had him made him have a change
Yeah.
of heart.
I
on
really
Jewish
want to
people.
know what that was now.
Like,
dude,
which
'cause,
scene?
I don't.
I don't know,
I've only
supposedly
watched it a
Jonah
couple
Hill's-
times.
Here's
but
the thing,
still.
man. Like these guys
that's
give
what
me
I've
shit.
heard.
I'm like a huge Kanye West fan. More of like early Kanye West.
Old school Kanye,
Yeah.
like "The Good Life." That's one of my favorite songs.
Great song.
Yeah, that's
Great song.
Yeah,
His first
Old
like
school.
his first 3 albums, man, are like that's as close to like the best first 3 album debut from any artist ever,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, and I listen besides Mac Miller. I listen to old school, but I listen to like Tupac and
yeah.
Biggie and
Sure.
all that
Yeah. Dre.
80s, 90s
Yeah.
hip hop,
No,
man.
that's my
'cause,
favorite.
Like, it's actually, that and maybe early 2000s.
Do you like Outkast?
Yeah.
Fucking
Outkast is
love
cool.
Outkast,
Yeah.
man.
It surprises me how many people don't remember Outkast.
Right?
Oh, dude, I listen.
hurts.
Dude, I was
Or like-
playing. Yesterday when I was driving my kids home, I shared "So Fresh, So Clean" and Miss Jackson with them.
Yeah.
Dude, my kids are gonna be so like well-rounded when it comes to
Yeah.
No, they're
musical
not.
tastes.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
When it comes to music, they will
Nope.
be.
Nope.
Why?
As much as you like to say that your kids are going to be
Yeah.
that way, they won't be.
Yeah.
Because I tried to do the same thing to mine, and I'll
Didn't
play
happen.
stuff, and my kids are like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
My
Get
kids
outta
like
here. That's
generally.
class.
My kids generally are like receptive to the music that I play for.
For now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
play Mac to my nephew, man.
Yeah.
Does he like it?
Oh yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
do you play
Come
the
here, buddy,
edited
listen to
version?
this.
Nah.
Connect.
I sometimes because some of Kanye stuff is like pretty fucking graphic. So I like when I'm rolling with the kids and I want to play his stuff, I usually will go to the trouble to find the clean versions of the songs.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
If you're gonna give them true musical appreciation, let them hear it all.
But then my kids
Warts
also
and
like
all, man.
we have a rule like in my house that like the only time you are allowed to say cuss words in my house is when you are singing along to a song that has cuss words. Like that's
Your
a thing.
kids started making up songs.
That's a thing. It has to be songs that you didn't write. Yeah, because
So
my
th-
kids write
is that-
song about poop and penises
So
and duty
now,
and shit all
now
day
in the
long.
future, Dave's gonna have to worry about every single playlist that comes out. He's like, oh, why is Eminem on? Oh, why is this?
Yeah.
A lot of throat slitting in this one, kids.
Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. What? What? Do you like old Eminem?
Oh yeah, yeah.
man.
Bro,
Hey,
like
everybody
old and
has
new
to like
Eminem.
old.
The Marshall
Eminem.
Mathers LP is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, that was the second one. The one that
Oh,
had
I mean,
Kill
yeah.
You and the one that had like Drug Ballad and yeah.
Yeah.
Kill You is like my favorite Eminem song. And
The
I'm like
Drips is
I'm like the
mine.
most pacifistic dude you'll ever meet, but I fucking love that song.
Yeah.
When
He
I was just a little baby boy, my mama used to tell me crazy
Damn,
things.
now we rapping.
Used to tell me my daddy was an evil boy. Used to tell me he hated me.
Yeah.
Who sings
Then I got
that?
a little bit older and I realized she was the
Dave.
crazy one.
Yeah.
I know you're setting me up over here, bro. You're setting me up. Find a new joke, bro. Find
No,
a new
it's
joke.
gonna work.
No,
I feel
not
like
this
the
time.
only thing I feel like with Eminem though is he relies too much on what's like around him, like in the mainstream, like you
Yeah.
know, with like MGK and all that
Oh, yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
And
He's
then
totally
when he
got
got into
blinders
it
on.
with what's his name? Oh shit, he got into it.
50
oh,
Cent,
man.
The Game.
Was it 50?
I don't
No.
know. I'm just
I
throwing
mean,
out.
he had like it was a real viral feud, and then like he called him up. They called it up and squashed their beef or something, and then they made Snoop. It was Snoop.
Snoop and
Dogg.
him, yeah.
Yeah, they had a big old beef going on for a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't know
because
that.
Snoop was like the only reason Eminem made it big was because he was white.
Yeah, that's
No,
not true.
He was a white
Yeah.
rapper.
Eminem's fucking
No,
cold.
absolutely
man.
not. Yeah,
He's
So
cold.
he's one of the G's, man. He's an OG, dude. He will always be one.
He's a beast.
I don't care. You know, he's
Do you like Kendrick?
a lot of. A lot of it. You know, I
Kendrick's
don't.
like
I
my
don't
favorite modern day.
follow him. You know,
Dude.
I like a couple of his songs. You know, I
Do you
don't-
like listen to his albums?
No, I haven't done that. Like, dude, I got Mac on repeat, dude.
Listen to Kendrick.
like whenever y'all would
Dave's
come to the
always pushing the
dispensary,
Kendrick.
it would be Mac Miller Radio.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh,
yeah, it would
yeah,
be like
yeah.
Wiz and Mac and
Yeah.
you know some Kendrick and
Yeah.
but like
Kendrick, man, Kendrick's
yeah.
he's a bad motherfucker.
I actually do listen to country too, man.
Yeah.
Man,
What
I
do you
can't
like?
like
What kind
country.
of country do you like?
Oh, you know, older like 90s.
90s
country.
shit,
Garth
older. I don't like
Brooks?
this new bullshit going
Cut-
on.
new
like
country
Luke
is just-
Bryan and all
It's
these
just pop
fucking
with like twang. That's what new country.
Warmed over
right,
pop.
right.
Yeah.
Basically, up until Luke Bryan. Like, I got a
Okay.
couple Luke Bryan songs that I like, and then obviously a couple of songs nowadays,
Town
whatever.
Road.
But like,
You like Chris Stapleton?
y'all love Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, I like Chris.
Yeah.
Do you like Garth Brooks?
Mhm.
Old school
Yep,
Garth
yep,
Brooks? Yeah, I
yep.
was into
Try
that
to
shit.
Google
Like,
Garth
Drake
Brooks and
White.
look for videos of his on YouTube. There's nothing there. It's
Yeah,
all
he's
live.
got his shit is scrubbed
Yeah.
from Spotify.
Yeah,
Apple
yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
You cannot
He
find
is
Garth
nowhere, man.
But didn't he just fuck up with something politically?
Brooks.
Didn't he like
no.
or Bud Light? Was it Bud Light?
So Garth Brooks, and I think it's Nashville. He's part owner, or maybe he's the whole owner, but he's just opening a restaurant in Nashville, and he flat out said we're going to serve like 162 some odd varieties of beer, and Bud Light
No.
will be one of them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we are selling Bud Light, and
Yeah.
everybody threw a fit about it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Fuck. Who's
Really?
The,
Get
who's
outta
the-
here.
Really?
Who's the one
Yes.
who's got like an It's a two.
That whole Bud Light thing
It's
is
like he
completely
sings
gone.
country and
Dude.
he has like another persona.
Oh, that's Garth Brooks.
Is it Garth Brooks?
Yeah, so
Fuck
he
him.
was Garth.
What a fucking loser.
He was Garth Brooks, and then he tried to do another thing, and so
Yeah.
switched personas.
And now
And
he's
he
gonna
was-
make two more fucking albums.
He was Chris Gaines. Oh,
Chris
we're getting
Gaines.
We're getting two more
He's
Chris
getting- you're
Gaines
getting
albums.
Two more fucking albums.
Woo, nobody
and he
wanted
that.
looks like a
I didn't know
fucking
that either.
wiener.
Nobody wanted that shit.
I didn't
yeah,
know
he's
that.
like an emo.
Yeah, nobody wants it.
He's an emo kid from Oklahoma. Come on now.
Yeah, and
It's
you
like his alter ego. It's
Yeah.
like the shit
Yeah.
that he writes that he knows like
It's
his
bizarro.
regular fans aren't going to
Is there a lot of artists that have alter egos? 'Cause
Oh,
the only one I
dude.
really know of is Mac.
Tons of them.
Really?
Just about
I mean,
every-
I guess that is true.
Well,
but
if you
like,
think about it, even him, that whole thing that you're talking about, that's all his persona. You don't know if that's him or not. That just could be what he's singing and talking about.
I don't know.
And
Garth
the
Brooks
way,
fucks
and the
me
way,
up.
yeah, and the
Mac.
way he's, and the
oh
way
yeah,
he
yeah.
presents
Well, I
himself.
mean, you know, like his "You" album. That was Larry Lovestein.
Yeah.
And you know, like but I just didn't know if like did I?
Oh,
I
see, no, I like
Juice
when
WRLD?
I like when rappers do that.
But you
Yeah,
know
They
what?
yeah,
That,
can pull that off pretty good,
Yeah.
and it's
Right.
fun.
I
Yeah.
think Juice World was one of them too.
Yeah.
But fuck you, Garth Brooks, you can't.
Yeah,
That's fucking
But
stupid,
to be
dude.
fair, though, he changed
be
and
foul.
did all of that for a movie,
yeah.
and then the movie they pulled the movie from
What,
the
and
Garth
theater.
then he
Brooks
loved
did?
it, and he's gonna make more fucking
Yeah.
albums.
What
It's
movie?
fucking.
I feel like
Was
It,
like
it was some
Brokeback
movie way
Mountain.
back in the late
2.
90s. I want to say 96 to
You
98.
see the picture,
He
dude,
was
it's
he was
fucking-
gonna do a movie, and he was gonna be like the lead, or he was gonna do the song or whatever. And he put the song out, and then for some reason the movie just disappeared. And
That's
so
how bad
all
the
of
fucking song was.
well, all of that was done for promotion of
That-
this movie.
That sounds like some Tiger King shit.
Yeah, right.
Tiger King. Don't even get me started.
Can-
Oh.
Free that man. He deserves it.
Speaking of Oklahoma,
Boys, you ready to shut this shit down for the night?
absolutely.
I'm tired of looking at you, Dave.
Yes,
we're
but we
gonna-
are going to keep it going at patreon.com/the77
fuck.
podcast.
That's right.
There,
Yeah.
you get after hours content. You can see what's going on after this.
Ooh,
Indeed you
more
do.
masturbation.
Indeed you do.
Dave's getting gang
More
banged.
circle jerks.
Oh.
Caleb, bro, thanks for joining us tonight,
Thank
man.
you
for
It's been a
having me,
blast,
man.
man.
We've been
Absolutely.
talking about having you on the show forever, brother.
We've been excited
Man,
to
I
have you,
appreciate
man.
it.
Glad
Been
that it
fucking
finally
dipping us the whole
came
time.
to
That's what it
fruition.
was.
Oh,
So-
Fucking life.
working, bro.
Yeah.
Working.
Hey, now that
they
I'm
all
doing
say.
my own shit, I'm trying to open this lounge too, man. So.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad.
Let's
you,
make sure we talk about that on After Hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do that. Make sure you hang around for that. Patreon.com/the old 77 podcast.
That's right.
See you guys next week.
Shibby.